Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Deputy Sheriff. First to comment. Amen. Yeah, that's the truth. God bless. Don't forget to show PG some love by giving this video a big thumbs up. Amen. Amen. When you hit that like and subscribe button, you're hitting for these missing kids, not PG, but for all these missing children that we love so much, we support, we're all a voice for, right? So, amen. Um, Lisa, number 2. She says, "Hey y'all, hey to you, girl. Wisconsin mama running in number 3 with her brownies." She got some of the goody good brownies tonight. I know she got in here like 3rd, right? She was sliding into home base. All right. How you doing, KU? He says, "Hey, yo, everybody. Much love to you, girl. Much love to you. How you doing, Dirt Mouth?" He says, "Hi, PG and family. Much love to y'all. Much love back to you, girl." Absolutely. Hey, C, how you doing tonight? She says, "Much love, thumbs up, amen." How you doing, Wendy? Hi, my lovely PG, chat, mods, and friends. How you doing, Wendy? Nice to see you in here, hun. Absolutely beautiful. Deborah Ann, how you doing, sweetie? She says, "Hello, PG and family. Much love, Purple Heart for summer. God bless. God bless." Hey, Judy, how are you tonight? She says, "Hey, y'all, much love." Hold on one second. I got to turn on my AC. I am freaking burning up. Sorry. Hold on one second. That is that's just God. That's just God saying, "Yeah, I don't like the heat." He's like, "Yeah, PG, you don't like the heat, so you better be good." Right? Yeah. That's a reminder. I don't know what's supposed to happen, but I guess I'm supposed to be nice about it tonight, right? I don't, I don't like them kind of reminders, especially when my ass feel like I'm freaking 150 degrees, right? Yeah, Deputy Sheriff, it does. There definitely needs to be a curfew put in there, right? There definitely need to be a curfew put in there. They out there hollering all night long. No respect for the neighbors, right? No respect for the community around there. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't know the point. I don't know the point in being there and doing, going mayhem. I mean, they're not even giving law enforcement an opportunity to, to really show everyone what they're going to do first. I mean, you know, and it seems like they're keeping law enforcement busy out there, you know, putting on this charades. I mean, I can't tell them what to do, but I wouldn't be doing it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be out there, doing what they're doing um at all. It's just, insane. I would have more respect for all the neighbors, for the community than that. I mean, if they want to sit out there and, um, respectfully, and video when, they're moving on the move, like, um, but and they're following. They're actually following, like, behind when, like Leilani or Billy Joe comes out and goes somewhere. Um, they follow behind. They when they get the camper out, it's like they had people following them to wherever they was going, and then calling the police on them. Oh, they're not using turn signals. They're not using, they're running red lights. And I don't know if that's truth or it ain't truth because, but um, a lot of people say things, just to game up everything, out there. And so you don't know what to believe and what to believe upon these people. I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's kind of messed up that, um, that the neighbors are getting harassed, and they are getting, they are pretty fed up with the protesters in that area, except for like the babysitter. The babysitter's out there, giving people sandwiches and hot cocoa, right? Big pictures of hot cocoa. Um, so I got my questions upon that babysitter as well. I mean, I've got some questions on her. I don't know about anyone else, but where we're standing right now, as where we're standing at right now, upon all of this, um, I got suspicions on, a few people, not just Leilani, but Danny, the babysitter. Um, so yeah. Hey, looking beyond, how are you tonight? How are you tonight, girl? But yeah, you don't know what happened. You really don't know what happened. I mean, what do I think happened myself? What do I believe? You know, I believe I believe it was the boyfriend. I believe it was Danny. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. I really think it was Danny. Um, I've had too many girlfriends like Leilani, and like lay on their ass, let the guy do everything, let the guy take the guy's bathing the kids, feeding the kids, picking up after the kids, you know and she's just like crashing out, I'm waking and baking and just like doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? And 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 and, and they let this boyfriend take free run of everything, control, and it, that's not smart, right? That's not an intelligent thing to do. Absolutely not. That boyfriend is there for you, not for your fucking kids. They need to understand that, right? You will feed your kids, bath your kids, clothe your kids, take care of your kids, and the first time the boyfriend wants to step up, like, like play daddy, to say something, his ass is out of there, right? Because you didn't invite him in for the kid, you invited him in for you. But you know um lazy bitches don't do that. Lazy ass bitches bring that guy in and let him free run the house, and they're laying around doing nothing. And I truly believe that Leilani may have crashed that night, passed out, and Danny was up. And it seems like, because Danny did text the babysitter. Danny did run to work. He ran to work for an alibi. I hear he did not pass the lie detector's test. He hauled ass, like he got the hell out of there within a flash, right? He's gone. And not just, he first went over to Atlanta to stay with a friend and to get clearance to get out of the state. So this guy didn't even want to be, in the state. And that to me is a big red flag. Just too much shit's coming back on Danny. And the babysitter confirmed with us that yeah, Danny takes care of the kids. Danny makes sure they get diapers and food, and Danny. So and Danny did text the babysitter once he got home, and he was the one that she called back. He answered the phone. He took full control, and then when she came over there, like she said, he gave her a damn cold ass look, like you need to leave, right? Don't even get in this. So, in my opinion, and seeing that the door was open from around 2 o'clock till 6 in the morning till Danny left, that tells me now I know women, and women don't leave doors open. Men do. So I say it was Danny, right? Because even if a girl, even if a woman's going to, you know, maybe leave the house to go, to go, like Candace, the day Candace took mommy and to the hospital and everything, the house was locked down, right? The boys were in there, but the house was locked down. Women make sure the house is locked. Men don't. That's what I'm saying. So that's the difference. And that's that is perfectly fine, KU. She says, I think it was just Leilani, and also BJ needs to be held responsible. Billy Joe, why should yes, if Child Protective Services would have taken Leilani's children away and placed them in Billy Joe's custody due to the fact that Leilani was a slacker and an abuser to the kids through Child Protective Services, yes, I would say let's go after Billy Joe. But seeing that didn't happen, that Leilani actually just turned custody over to her mom because she thought her mom would be a better fit to take care of the kids. She didn't want to do it all the time. And Billy Joe understanding these are not my kids, these are my daughter's kids. I want my daughter to be able to, at some point, be a real mom and have her children like any mother would. I'm not going to go after this woman. Absolutely not. She made a mistake. Yes. She made a mistake, trusting her daughter to be able to do anything, to anything. I mean, we all seen Leilani, and she doesn't look like the sharpest tool in the shed, right? So, yeah, her mother made a mistake, anyone made a mistake because, what are we telling Billy Joe? You're not supposed to love your daughter because, she gave you custody of the kids, and she should be tossed out in the, tossed out on her ass, and her kids just, took out from underneath her now that she's willfully gave you custody. I don't think that's righteous, to be honest. I mean, Child Protective Services would have come for abuse, yes. You toss that ass out and you say you ain't, you can't come around here. I'm not going to lose these kids to Child Protective Services because of you. You're on fit. If you could be around them, you wouldn't have lost them, right? But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. This was just a daughter that, willfully put the children in her mother's name. Um, you know, because she she didn't want to be a mom 24/7, right? But her mom wanted her to learn to be a mom, and she wanted to give her that opportunity. And she fucked it up. Yes, absolutely. Big time. But people say, "Oh, PG, she abused these children." I hear his boyfriends saying that, Zane was bruised up and this and that. Well, I went back and I personally went through every picture on on the grandmother's um Facebook. I went back and went all through grandma's Facebook before she shut it down. Uh yes, the pictures are public, and God knows I took about every last one of them. Yes, I did. And I went through Leilani's 3 Facebooks, all 3, and pictures of her children. And these kids are in swimming pools. These kids are in diapers. These kids are, shirtless, wearing shorts. I went through every picture and, you know, blowed them up, looking for bruises, scratches, busted lips, black eyes. I'm sorry to tell you, none. I went through the one where little Quinton was sitting up on the cabinet. His one side of his lip looked to be a little chapped, but that's not unusual for children. That bump, it looked like he bumped into a door or something with this bottle in his mouth. I've seen that a million times on children. Every mother has, if she's had any amount of children, right? Always bumping that bottle and get that little redness on the lip there. Um, so you know that's pretty much what that was from. Um, but I see no bruises, absolutely none, upon Quentin or Zane or the newborn baby. What little I could see of the newborn baby, because it's usually wrapped up pretty good. But um, I seen no signs of abuse upon these children. I seen no signs of malnutrition upon these children. I see no signs of, filthiness upon these children. I went through the all of the grandmother's pictures and through the house, which I did show everybody pictures on here before. And the house pretty damn clean, ain't it? I mean, it looks kept up, well kept up. The kitchen's clean. Um, it seems like they keep the place picked up and pretty clean. It ain't no Dawn and Candace Wells home. Children are not dirty, malnutrition, and look abused. Absolutely not. Not. So, the only mistake I seen this grandmother made was wanting to trust her daughter, and it didn't work out. And so what? Let's crucify her for what most parents would do if they really loved their children. I can't do that. I really can't, and I won't. Um, Leilani, on the other hand, I don't know if Leilani did it. Her boyfriend done it. I ain't for so sure the babysitter may have came in, you know, after getting the text and knowing Leilani wanted to keep the kids herself, came over to check and seen Leilani was flat on her ass and maybe did take Quentin. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. I mean, the babysitter's coming out talking. She's, you know, she had a key to the house. She could get in and out whenever she wanted. She had been known to go over and get Quentin before and take him home with her. That's why they you know, that's why she was one of the first people they um text and talk to, was because it's something that has happened before. And so I don't know. I mean, in this day and time, you can't trust nobody, right? And what I'm saying is, everybody says Leilani looks guilty. She's 22 years old. She's 22 years old. Of course, she's going to look. What 22-year-old don't look guilty? What teenager don't look guilty? I mean, you could have the best teenager in the world, and people that don't know them, I bet that one's trouble, ain't they? No, actually, that one's no trouble at all, right? So, looking guilty don't mean you are. Absolutely not. I don't know. I'm not sticking up for none of these people. I just believe in fairness. That's what I'm saying. I believe in fairness. And Billie Joe wasn't even there when all of this went down. Billie Joe has a job, a job that took her out of town for a few days. You know, I mean, you could tell she was, she had, she wouldn't even get no child support. She was 100% taking care of these kids on her own. And, the grandfather wasn't the real grandfather of these kids. And a lot of times, um, a lot of times women like Billie Joe don't want to ask this man to take care of her children and grandchildren. Right? She will do it myself. I don't need to ask you for nothing, because it could become, an issue between, their marriage. And then sometimes, stepdads like that say, hey, they just, blunt with the wife, right? Those ain't these ain't my kids and ain't my grandkids, and if you want to keep them up, you do that, but I'm not going to, right? So it leaves Billie Joe no opportunity but to be taken. We don't know the situation. We just know that, she was trying to do all the right things, and she was working, trying to keep these kids up, and she's getting crucified now. She's getting crucified because she don't know what happened. She's just like all of us, and the only mistake she made was wanting to trust a daughter and a boyfriend that couldn't be trusted. You know, it's her bad, yeah. And she's paying for it in so many different ways, right? I mean, you know, it's killing her. It's absolutely killing the woman. And, I don't know. I just don't think that, she deserves to be people saying, you need to be in jail, Billie Joe. You're as bad as your daughter. You're this, and why don't you raise another murderer? What? Really? I think God settled all of that when he said, you know what? The the father isn't responsible for the son's sins, and the son ain't responsible for his father's sins. I think the Bible settled that one a long, long time ago. Right? Billie Joe is not responsible for anything her daughter done. Absolutely not. And she was doing all she could do to take care of those kids. And, and keep a job and do what it takes. It takes a lot of money to take care of children, especially when you ain't got no support coming in. I know, because right now I'm a single parent of 4, right? So I know how much it takes. And, I'm lucky because mine ain't on, bottles and diapers and all of that. I mean, diapers are like $30 or more a box now, right? I mean, $30 the cheap shit. Might break the kid's ass out. So, And Billy Joe's, having to buy diapers for not one kid, but two, you know, probably the newborn and Quinton. So, and the 3-year-old just barely getting out of diapers, right? I agree, Sarah Lee. The family definitely didn't deserve to be harassed by those called protesters, whether guilty or not. Nobody deserves that. Well, no, they don't. And, I know I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to get a hell of a lot of hatred and probably, you know, ugliness feedback upon me. But, you know, it's okay. I mean, it's okay because, I got I got to do what's right in the sight of God, not, what humans want me to do. I'm not going to act like an animal and attack these people. Absolutely not. I'm not. That's just ungodly. I'm not going to do it under no circumstances. I know we have a 2-year-old missing little, or one 20 months old, almost 2-year-old missing. I understand fully he's beautiful. I mean, that little guy caught my heart the first time I seen him. Absolutely. I was furious when law enforcement came out and said this mother did the evil thing that they said she did. But then, I find out that law enforcement, you know, came came back out, and now they're reneging on their initial statements, right? Now they're coming back out, this is what they thought. It wasn't, fact is what they thought. What um their investigation had led them to believe. Well, they led us to believe it was fact. And I don't like that because, really they're the ones, they're the cause of all of this um hatred that this family, has been put upon this family right now. Right? I mean, what I'm saying is they pretty much handcuffed and locked Leilani in a prison cell with their with what they thought and not facts. That's what they did. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of people, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. I mean, I tried to watch Dolly, and I tried to turn on, you know, the boob tube and the YouTube, and you know watch good old Dolly, and to be honest with you, I couldn't do it. I mean, it was fucking nerve-wracking, to say the least. So I thought maybe Blowhorn Betty be more interesting. Nope, just as bad, maybe worse. And then I seen Olivia out there, right? Her mom and her went up there. And, you know, don't get me wrong, because I really do. I love Dolly. I do. I absolutely, I love the guy. I mean, he's funny, right? He's funny. And, and I absolutely like him. But, what they're doing, I think is wrong, to be honest with you. I, you know, I think it's wrong. I think that if they would have been doing it, if they'd have been doing it, you know, a couple of months from now, when law enforcement ain't getting, law enforcement slowing down and ain't getting nothing done, I would have been 100%. Yeah, get up there, see what's going on. What's going on. Absolutely. Where's this case going? Why is no one? Like Summer. Um, they went up there about a year down the road, right? They went up there about a year down the road. Molly and all of them, and I was, hey, I was all for that. Even them going to Donald's work and him supposedly, have to be moved to a new job site and everything and almost fired. I said, hey, good for them. He promised to meet up with them. He didn't. They went to his job site. Hey, there you go. You promise some. You have somebody read a whole freaking damn book, and then and then not meet up with them. They should come looking for you, right? They should come looking for you at your job site. What the hell? But and protesting, absolutely. I was all behind that, and especially a year later, law enforcement got shit done. Now we're 16 months down the road, and they're telling us, oh, this case is still active and being investigated and hotter than it was before. I don't believe that shit. I tried to hold faith on everything, but um I'm tired of being told that. If it's so hot and if it's such a hot case and so on fire, why in the hell ain't anything being done? That's my question. And and in cases like this, I can understand protesters. I can. But they really need to be out front of the police station and not at the people's house, right? Because ain't it law enforcement? Ain't it law enforcement supposed to be making sure that these cases get solved? What are you solving by being at the um what are you solving by being at the suspect's house? Nothing. They're a suspect. What are you solving going there? Absolutely nothing. You're just staring up Strive, right? You're staring up Strive. You're wasting taxpayers' money because the police is going to be called. And if the police was doing something with the case, they couldn't be doing it with you causing all that commotion. So why ain't you at the police station where they can see you and and work on what they're doing, or maybe start working on it if they ain't, because you are out there. You're harassing them. I mean, you got to harass the people that you want to push to get the job done, right? That ain't the suspect. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people say, oh, PG, she's taking up for these suspects. No, the hell I'm not. You all know me better than that. You know me better than that. If you don't, then you don't know me at all. I mean, for the most people here, the most people that's been here from day one throughout for summer, you all know me. I don't like nobody that hurts a baby. Nobody. You all know how much I love children. I love my own children. And I don't put up with no shenanigans like, this kind of shit at all. But I also cannot, when we got a babysitter with the freaking key that's went there and took Quinton before out of the house on numerous occasions, from my understanding, you know, and um and we have, a mother that says she passed out at 1:30, which we don't know if she did or not, who is a suspect as well. And we have a boyfriend that, I done explained to you about him, right? I done explained to you about him that you know, actually made that texted at 5:29. The door was open all night from 2 to 6, which seems like a guy thing to me. He was the one always taking care of the kids. Lazy Leilani wasn't. And the babysitter clarified that, right? I mean, she let everybody know who was the caretaker of them kids, and it wasn't Leilani, it was Danny. And then he also was the one that texted her. She called him back. It was him. It was him answering the phone. She went over there. It wasn't Leilani giving her a cold stare. It was Danny, right? Trying to put the fear in her to get the hell out of here. Chase her off. So, um, we got more than one player in all of this. And I think the boyfriend's going to go down. I really do. Yeah, Leilani might go down for being lazy, you know, neglectful, a lot of things. But I do not think this girl done anything to her baby. Absolutely not. And I told everybody when I seen the Quinton's uncle, Leilani's brother, say something about the bathtub. I told everybody, right? I said, Sweet Norway was up here that night, and I told everybody it had to be something to do with the bathtub, right? The bathroom. And I was right. I was right. Matter of fact, I play that to you right now. So that is exactly where law enforcement feels they got enough evidence to believe that Quinton is no longer with us, right? So let me and Grandma pretty much confirms it. Here we go.
I feel strongly about that. I feel, honestly and truthfully, Bubba, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like there was an accident. I feel like something happened while Quinton was in the bathtub and he drowned, and they were.
Now, this is Grandma. This is Grandma talking. She said she feels that something happened in a bathtub, that Quinton drowned it. So this is Grandma. And that's what I'm saying. She, because the family didn't get put out when they came in with the strobe lighting and everything. The family can get put out because of the protesters. So they pretty much was in there and pretty much knowing everything that was going on and where evidence was being found, right? Especially Grandma, because she make it her business to know everything. So, and that's what, this is what now I don't know what all they found in the bathroom, but obviously something, right? Something. Was it enough to convict on? I don't know. But even if it is enough to convict on, they have to know who to convict. I mean, they can't just say it was Leilani when Danny was in that house too, right? They can't say that. And Danny didn't even pass his lie detector's test. I heard Leilani did. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there either. I wasn't given lie detector's test. I wasn't there listening to it. So I don't even know if they took lie detector's tests. I'm just saying through the grapevine, this is what I'm hearing from people that feel they do know.
Both high, that's my theory.
Well, hell, they should just call the police if something like that happened.
If you're high as hell, man, you do stupid shit. Even yourself, you're a different person.
She says when you get high, man, you do stupid shit, right? Well, yeah, of course. And when people get high, you don't leave kids with them, right? You don't leave children in their care when people get high. the grandmother made a big mistake, you know? She should have been thinking about the getting high part and if the children were going to be safe before she okayed Leilani to take care of them, right? But my thing is you get high, you do stupid shit. Well, I think I think that I think that if Leilani was giving one of the kids the bath, she would have been bathing the boys together, right? I mean, if it was evening and she was giving baths out, then I think the two boys would have been getting a bath together. So if indeed Quinton was, in the bathroom at some other point in time alone without his brother, and I'm sure they questioned his brother, but if he's in the bathroom at some other point in time, there could have only been a couple reasons why he would have been in there, right? Especially them trying to give him a bath. One, he used the restroom all over himself, right? And they got pissed off and had to clean it up and wasn't feeling it. They might have hurt him. Or two, they already hurt him and was in there trying to see how bad they had hurt him, right? Or he was hurt, in my opinion. One or the two. There is no other reason that I could think of, for them to have him in a bathroom. Unless Leilani often passed out and Danny took her boys to the bathroom. I don't know. That's kind of disgusting, but it does happen, right? It does happen. You don't know what people do. I mean, it's just a scenario. I don't fucking know Danny at all. None of us do. And there's a lot of SAers out there, right? For children. So I don't put nothing past Danny as well. I don't know.
Because I'm not defending her. You know what I mean? But I know I'm not the same person on this.
And the grandmother says, I'm not defending her. I'm not the same person as I was before. The grandmother realizes that this has all changed her in ways that, she won't ever be able to regain, right? This has destroyed her, is basically what she's saying. And the reason that when her friends asked her to come out for dinner, to get out of the house, to take her mind off of all of this, and come have dinner with them, their treat, they didn't pay $300. The friends paid the $300 bill at the restaurant. And the reason the mother took Leilani was because she didn't want to leave her at home unattended with everything going on, with protesters, all the things going on. She felt she needs to keep Leilani in her eyesight, so that things don't get worse. She don't want no trouble. She don't want Leilani going out there attacking somebody or someone attacking and hurting her daughter, before the truth comes out of really what did happen. I mean, you might find out that Leilani did pass out and Danny was 100% the culprit that did this. It ain't going to make you like Leilani no more, right? Then we already do. Absolutely not. It's not going to make nobody like her any more than they already do. But at least, everyone would know she didn't do what people violently thought she done to her child, right? I mean, she might be a lot of things, but she wasn't that. And she ain't the first person to F up and get a boyfriend that did something like this to their child, right? I mean, when you go out there and get a man, you know nothing about this man. I mean, look at Harmony, her own dad, her own biological dad murdered her, right? Her own biological dad right now is being tried and convicted for the murder of his real daughter. So you just don't know. You don't know. That's what I'm talking about. Tippy, sure, you are hilarious. Sarah Lee, we don't know if she ate it into anything. If you came home, after partying, now I at one point I was at one point a partier. I used to party. I partied hard. Trust me, I could hold my liquor. At one time, like all people, I went through that partying stage too, Um, it was fun, right? It was fun. It was a blast, right? Being partying down, being stupid as hell. You don't even know how stupid you was until you quit partying, right? You don't even know. But or you see somebody else doing it when you're sober, then you realize what an ass you look like. But and what a waste you were as well, right? What a damn waste of a human you were when you was living that kind of life. But the point being is, trust me, I have sat down and gone, and I didn't know where the hell I was till the next day. And that is not a lie, and I am not ashamed to say it. I ain't one to cast stones when I'm hiding skeletons in my own fucking closet, right? I ain't going to do that. That's like the pot calling the kettle fucking black. Now, Leilani could have passed out and not knew a damn thing till the next day. And let me tell you something. I know when I was passed out, they could have carried every bit of furniture in my fucking house out, right? They could have took the whole house. And I wouldn't have known it, right? I wouldn't have known it. That's just truth. Now, do you think she would know that this guy did something to her child and took it somewhere to dispose of it? Came back, act like he saw it at 6 o'clock in the morning when he went to work, and she gets up and the kid's gone? She might not know a damn thing. She may not know nothing and trust this guy. And she thinks, oh, the baby somehow got missing between 6 and the time that I woke up, right? Because she's got a baby by him. She wants to believe him. She don't want to believe the worst of him. How is she going to explain? The child? Here's my thing. There is no way that Leilani did anything to that baby between 6 and 9 o'clock and took it anywhere, because her and Danny share a vehicle, and Danny was the one driving the vehicle to work. So what was Leilani going to do? What was she going to do? She going to put on her tennis shoes and smoke them down the damn road? Put the baby somewhere, smoke those tennis shoes back to the house? I don't think so. That's what I'm trying to say. whatever happened to that baby, and did Leilani, from what Leilani said, she didn't even know that Danny texted the babysitter. She had no idea. And Danny said he shook Leilani at 6 o'clock and she wouldn't get up. So he just went ahead and left. Did he really shake her? I don't think so. What I'm saying is there's a lot in this that we ain't taking in consideration, right? I know Leilani doesn't have her own car, KU. Danny and her share a vehicle. She did not have her own vehicle. Absolutely not. They share a vehicle. So there's no way she could have went anywhere after Danny left. Did she go somewhere before Danny left? I don't know. I mean, Danny could have been passed out. Leilani could have been the one up and did everything as well, right? And Danny could have seen the older boy thinking it was the younger boy when he went out the door to work. Because men make mistakes all the time. Because men don't. It's not like they kiss the kids good night or goodbye, right? I mean, mom's always kissing the kids good night. If mom leaves for work, she kisses the kids before she leaves, right? Men don't do that. Men usually kiss their girlfriend or the wife, and they go on out the door, and the kids are still asleep, and they don't even think about the kids, right? And that's just a man thing. If you think there is no difference between men and women, and I'm gonna have to bust your bubble and let you know, yeah, there is quite a bit of difference. Quite a bit of difference between men and women and how they think, how they talk, how they dress, right? Everything else. So Pam Tate says Billie Joe said the daughter told her he was in a landfill, and that's another misconception that's coming up, Pam. That's not what Billie Joe did not say. Leilani told her that. She said she was regurgitating what law enforcement had told her. She said, I guess my grandson is in a damn landfill and my daughter did it, because that is what law enforcement was telling her, which law enforcement was telling all of us, right? Leilani's number one suspect, and they believe Quinton's in a landfill, that he was thrown away like garbage, right? Well, they quit today. They summed it up today in the landfill, and they found nothing, right? They found nothing. They summed it up. News came out, said that news station came out today and said they had summed up the search in the landfill today, and they found nothing. That Quinton ain't there. If he is there, they could not find him, right? So there you go. He, and then I seen law enforcement retracting, saying evidence is what led them to believe what they said. And now, now they're looking at other in other areas, right? At other stuff. So, they were pretty sure of themselves, but they set themselves up for something that might not be good if Leilani's not convicted after all of what they've done to her, right? And another thing that protesters out there saying baby killer, and all these bad things to her, they can also get civil suits put against them in a court of law. If it comes out that Leilani doesn't get prosecuted for this, And they did all of that to her. Yeah. All of those out there hollering. I hope they don't own anything because she can take it from them through a civil lawsuit. Absolutely. So you gotta be real careful. You gotta be real careful when you go a name calling on, about things you know nothing about. What I'm saying, if she was handcuffed and convicted for it, then you could start saying stuff like that. Absolutely. I mean, you could stand outside that courthouse and scream it to the top of your lungs when she's in cuffs going in to be prosecuted, right? But before she's prosecuted, you're setting yourself up for a lawsuit if she doesn't end up getting prosecuted. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, she's passed out. They said around 1:30. About 1:30 is what time Leilani said. Leilani herself said she passed out about 1:30. And didn't know nothing until 9 o'clock in the morning. And you know, and her brother said that Leilani passed her lie detector's test. It was Danny that did not pass the lie detector's test. If he even took one. Nobody's for sure. But he sure didn't pass it. And he ended up going to work late that morning as well, which was super rare for Danny. Actually, Danny had never showed up late for work before. It was like his first time. So, Danny was a little shook, right? Why was he shook? We got to think about that. Yeah, I hear people saying no remorse, no real tears, just lies. This girl's 22 years old. I seen her looking like she was crying, looked to me like she had tears along with her mother. And, and I'll tell you something else about tears. It's hard to pour tears when you're mad as fucking hell, right? If you didn't do something to your child and you were putting up with everything this girl's putting up with, could you pour tears? Sometimes you can be so angry that it will not bring emotion, because you can't do nothing about it. It's suppressed anger. You have to sit there and take these people's crap, right? You have to take their crap. So I don't know what she's going through. I don't know. Tina Babina, I might be. Hon, that's why we agree to disagree here, right? That's why we agree to disagree. I could be off, right? I wasn't off about the bathtub, was I? I wasn't off about that bathtub. And I might be right on the money too, hon. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what I'm saying. We don't know. Right? And until we do, we shouldn't be acting like savages. We shouldn't be acting, what I'm saying is, I'm not going to lower myself to that level. I'm not lowering myself to that level because I'm above that. I'm above that. I'm not going to. Like I said, if God's okay with me, I'm okay with myself. My Bible says, judge not and be not judged, right? And I'm not gonna jump on this 22-year-old girl and say she did anything until I do all the research that I need to get done and figure out that figure out. I mean, yeah, is she a worthless mom? Of course. Is she, is she neglectful? Yes. And her parenting? Absolutely. And leaving them in the hands of Danny, um, trusting him, some boyfriend you pulled in off the street. Stupid move, right? Absolutely. But how many chicks make that dumbass move? A whole lot of them. Tons every day of the week. You know, they're like, these girls, they're like, I got kids. I'm not a nun, right? I didn't get kids by being a nun. I'm not about to start, because I got kids. I'm not going to become a nun. I need a boyfriend, and they see that, the guys that left them behind on Facebook and other social media, or maybe they drive by their house and they see, this guy's dating new women, going out, doing his thing. I mean, you know, and why should they be stuck with the kids and no date, right? I mean, he's free to keep doing what he's doing, and they feel they should be allowed to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, this is a screwed up society out there, right? I mean, nobody, it ain't like back in the day, back in history when people said, I don't do a thing till I get a ring. Yeah, well, they get everything but the ring, right? That's what I'm talking about. And and it's it's just what it is. Absolutely. None of us do know. None of us do know. We are all absolutely. I agree. We do not know. We do not know. I mean, that girl could be guilty of sin, right? Guilty of sin. I don't know. But I'm not going to, I'm not going to cast the first stone to find out she wasn't. It was her boyfriend. I'm not going to do that. I just, and I think it's so unfair that, he's off living. His community's peaceful. His community is, living the life of Riley, right? Well, her community is turned upside down, and his ass was there and just as much involved in all of this as she is. And that's what I don't understand. Why does everyone want to, you know, drag Leilani down the road and let's all, let's just put Danny in the dark, right? Let's just put Danny in the dark. Let's not even talk about Danny. He's such a good fucking man, right? No, he wasn't. Danny has, from my understandings, Danny has a freaking rap sheet a mile long as well. Right? He ain't the good old boy you all trying to say and put out here that he is. No, he's not. People need to pull people's police reports. You need to do your homework and background checks on these people. He's not the good old boy that everybody's trying to say he is. Absolutely not. No. And I took note when I watched him in his video. He is hostile. Hostile as hell. He has a poker face. And he is probably capable of doing about anything, if you ask me. And that's the truth. And he ain't about to get his, dream of being a rapper crushed by some chick's kid that he really didn't want to be around in the first place, right? That ended up, getting the best of his temper and something bad happened. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely not, Sarah Lee. None of them are. They, what I'm saying is, and the grandmother messed up. Yeah. The grandmother messed up the first part of her life. She made wrong choices and she screwed up, but she got her life together, which a lot of people don't, right? A lot of people don't. I mean, I know tons of people that couldn't get their life together and they're dead now. They're gone, you know. I know a lot of people that, still ain't got their life together and they're like fucking old, they're old druggies and old ass alcoholics. I mean, they just didn't know when to give it the hell up, right? And and they're and they're still just worthless, you know. Ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, right? Because he's too busy drinking it up or drugging it up, and still are. Um, and I got to give Billy Joe, I got to give Billy Joe some credit that she was able to pull her life together and try to make something out of it. And she didn't do all of this. Leilani and her boyfriend did. The only thing Billy Joe mistake she made was trusting them, right? Was trusting them, hoping that her daughter would, would straighten up as well and start flying right. That's the mistake she made. And what I'm saying is, if Billy Joe wouldn't have had custody of the two boys, if Leilani wouldn't have, if she'd have still had custody of the two boys the way she did her daughter, her newborn daughter, or if the newborn daughter, something would have happened to the newborn daughter, right? If this had been the daughter instead of the two boys, it would have been the daughter. Then everybody would have been like, um, that baby should have been in the grandma's custody too. Why it wasn't, we don't know. They one kid in their custody and they destroyed it, Then we would be hearing this, right? And there wouldn't be that much heat on the grandmother, right? Because that's how we think. That's how humans think. And I don't like that type of thinking. That isn't the way, that isn't the way I think at all. I think that mother, the grandmother wanted, the best for her daughter. She really did at some point want to give custody back to her child, because those were her child's children and not hers, and she understood that. And in the mix of all of it, she made a bad decision, right? She made a bad decision that a lot of people could learn from. If you want to give your child an opportunity to show you that they can, that they can be the parent they need to be, and able to have their children back in their custody, then they need to do it while you're there watching them. You can't go off for a month or go off somewhere and leave the children unsupervised with the person might fuck up, right? You can't do that. And the grandmother wanted to blame her husband because she asked him to stay there and guard the house. And he had something he had to get done too. So I don't know. I don't know. The 80s up there. Me too, PG. 60-year-old crack addict and alcoholic. I'm telling you, I don't know. This is a messed up world, a messed up world. And I went to church today. I go to church every day. Everybody should go to church every day, I think. But while I was there, I was talking to God, and I was talking to the Lord about how bad this earth has gotten. Right? It's bad. It's bad, and I'm not saying it can't get worse. I think it can, but not before the Holy Spirit leaves off the earth, right, with all of God's children. That's when it's going to get real bad. I just hope it don't get no worse while we're still here, right? That's what I hope. Because if it got any worse than it is now, God help us, right? God help us. That'd be real, real, real bad. Yeah, she failed, and she's paying for that failure. She is. She don't need us beating the hell out of her. She's beating the hell out of herself. I think that people need to back off of Billie Joe. I think they need to back off the grandmother, to be honest with you. I just really do. I think they need to back off grandma. She's beating the hell out of herself. Why do we need to bother with her? I mean, when a sinner comes to church, I don't know how many of you go to church, but when a sinner comes to church and the preacher starts saying, all the good stuff, if there's anybody here today that needs the Lord, come to the front, get up, don't let the devil hold you in your seat, get up, come on down here. Find Jesus, find the Lord, come on down here. Jesus died for sinners. Get on down here. You'll be glad you did, right? Well, when that sinner gets up out of his seat to go down there, I don't ever see nobody standing up throwing stuff at him, right? I ain't ever seen nobody stand up and start throwing stuff at him. Oh, you sinner? You're a sinner? That'd be kind of crazy, right? That'd be kind of crazy. But that's how I feel these people are doing to Billie Joe. I bet that woman's down on her knees. I bet she's fell to her knees a few times talking to the Lord up there. Probably on her knees a few times. And what is she hearing through her windows? You need to go to jail, Billie Joe. You're no better than your daughter. You bitch, you whore, you piece of shit. Why don't you raise some more child murderers? Wow, really? Really? And I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the mouths that's coming out of need to shut up. Because I'm going to tell you what, they ain't much fucking better from what I've researched on them. Right? You smack your mother in the fucking mouth and you want to go somewhere else and tell somebody else how bad they are? Really? Don't even fucking go there with me. Because I'm going to tell you something. You smack your fucking mother, you do about anything. Right? You're worthless. That's all about I got to say about that one, right? There you go. But anyway, yeah. And we've got the truck. We've got the cousin. I got a video I'm gonna play up for everybody. I don't know if you've seen it or you haven't, but I'm about to put it out here for you.
Wait a few minutes. Try to get some people on here.
Anything with nobody on the robot.
Why don't you put your tablet on the charger?
It's on the charger.
Then it should be on. Did you put it in my room on the charger, or did you put it in the living room on the charger?
I put it in the room, and no one want to play with me in there.
Okay, well, hold on.
See,
My live should be public for people who are... I'm getting everybody's friend request, but don't mind me. I look crazy because I've got the flu. I've been home just watching everybody's live. I'm pretty sure that a YouTuber will probably steal this, and if they do, whatever. I don't even care. I'm gonna wait till we get...
Baby, I am that YouTuber, right? If this got to do with Quinton, I am that YouTuber. Amen. There you go.
about 5 or 7 people up in here, and then I'll go ahead and start explaining. If you were on Mari's live, you've seen the situation in the driveway.
And this is a cousin to Quinton speaking for another cousin and his girlfriend. That's who this is.
It was a female in a silver car and a guy in a gold truck. Okay, so that was not Joe Swain. That was a guy named Will, and that is Leilani's cousin. No, Will has not been staying there. Will stayed at Quinton Simon's home from Wednesday or Thursday night that he went missing up until everybody found out that baby Quinton was declared deceased and that Leilani was at fault for it. So Will left. Will stayed there. Will witnessed them drinking, partying, whatever. So the girl that was in the driveway was Tina. I'm not going to say her last name, but she was in the silver car. Will left his truck at Quinton's house, and he needed to go pick it up this morning, so Tina dropped him off to pick it up. And apparently the protesters were outside yelling and screaming like they've been doing, which is fine. But to him, he was trying to fix his truck because the truck wouldn't start. So he was trying to fix the part that was messed up on it. Mind you, I talked to Tina, so this is all coming from Tina. So Tina said that he got aggravated with the
Now, that's a lie. That's a lie. What she just stated is a lie about Will. Will went there around Wednesday, she says. Quinton coming up missing, stayed there for a few days. And that is a lie. Until he found out that that Quinton's supposedly not alive anymore, and Leilani was supposed to be the blame, right? Then he supposedly left. Well, that's bullshit, because that little scenario came out before Will ever left. Sweetie, upon this panel in your little video, that's a lie. And also, he had a broken down truck. He was hanging out there. He's one of them that was telling the babysitter, when they all went down to babysitter's house, there's a bunch of them, we don't want to see this shit on the news either. Yeah. So, and everybody was already blaming Leilani at that point. And So, and he was there after law enforcement came out. Law enforcement came out rather quickly and said, you know, that she's number one suspect, and that they feel that the baby's in a landfill. And your Willie was still there. And what went down to cause the wrath of, the motion, I don't know, between the commotion between this family and Willie. But Willie did come back to fix his truck. The protesters were hollering. He did get pissed off, and because everything wasn't going right for him anyway. And I don't think it had anything to do with Leilani and the baby being missing or whatever. So she is that there's no truth to that. Trust me.
Protesters yelling at him, so he started yelling back. That's when Tina got there to drop off food, and it looked like she was Uber Eats or DoorDash bringing food to him, and she told him, he was acknowledging the protesters out front, and he was being rude and yelling back to him and cussing, and her and Will got into it because she told him, you're at a baby killer's house, and Leilani.
And that's Tina. Tina is Will's girlfriend, who is a troublemaker. And she wanted to come there and stir up a bunch of crap. Really, what she wanted was the credit card that Will wouldn't give her. Or he took. Anyway, they were fighting over a credit card, as you will hear. And, he's still hollering at the protesters, trying to defend his family there as much as he could. And she didn't want him defending anyone, because in her mind frame, she still believes, what law enforcement came out and told everyone. Law enforcement better hope that Leilani did do something to this child, because if indeed she didn't, and it's proven she didn't, maybe the boyfriend, or maybe it comes out the babysitter, law enforcement's pretty much going to be super sued, right? Leilani's going to be actually living in a mansion at that point, off of the taxpayers' dollars. And law enforcement should think about that before they make them kind of accusations, right? I mean, I think they really need, I don't, think that you should target one person when there's three people that's looking suspicious as hell, right? That wasn't right, to be honest. That wasn't right. And you always get that one, that one chick hanging around with with one of your family members that just fucking hate everybody in your family, right? I mean, and Tina in this case is it, right? She's it. You always get that negative Nelly that wants to turn, and it goes for a lot of men too. That want to turn you against your family, but don't you say nothing about theirs. You better love all of their family, but fuck yours, right? But that's Tina.
Leilani was there, so then her and Leilani got into it, and Will was trying to say that he was just trying to leave, and that he was just getting aggravated because the protesters were yelling at him the whole time. So when the whole situation with the driveway, she was trying to get her debit card back from him, and he wouldn't give her the debit card, and she was getting in an argument with Leilani, and of course, words were exchanged, and Leilani kept telling her to get off the property, and Will, was telling Leilani to back up. So that is what happened in the driveway. It was not Joe Swain and his girlfriend. It was Will and his girlfriend Tina. And no, they have not been staying there. Like I said, after Will found out the news that Quinton was deceased, and
that is not truth. She's not telling the truth there. They were staying there. Hell, his truck was there all the way up till today, right? His fucking truck's there all the way up till today. So there you go. You don't leave your truck there, you know, for a damn week after you're gone, right? Maybe a day or so, but not a week. So that tells me, you know, they were there. Obviously, maybe they got put out, you know, because I don't know why. I mean, maybe people just don't want him hanging around. And if Tina's got to fight him to get the credit card, then obviously, you know, there's money issues going on, right, within that relationship. And yeah, I think the whole damn thing ain't no good, to be honest with you. I think what you got here is a bunch of drug-headed, alcoholic, scum of the fucking earth people, you know, all steering around in the same damn pot, right? That's what you got. And that isn't a good mixture. That's not a good mixture at all, right? But this girl's all for Tina. And that's another thing that, you know, you got to take in consideration. Like the friend that came out for Danny and said Danny passed the lie detector's test and all this good shit when it was a bold-faced lie, right? It was a bold-faced lie. But, you know, this friend was all for Danny too, right? He was all for Danny. She's all for Tina. So, of course, she's going to make Leilani and her family look as shitty as she possibly can for Tina, so Tina will keep being her little friend, right? We don't want to lose our little friends, even if they are troublemaking pieces of trash that, you know, you one day are going to wish you didn't ever fucking know. But, you know, if Tina's doing this, you know, against somebody else, then this chick right here better look out, because she's next, right? She's next. There you go. You know, I was saying, they do it with you, they're going to do it to you. So, you know, girl, you're going to, when at some point, she's going to wish she could tear this video apart, right? So she's going to wish she could have tore it apart. Not even been on here for old Tina at all. Mark my words.
Leilani was at fault. Will left, and it just so happened that he went there to go get his truck this morning, and he had to work on a part that was broken in the truck, and that is how that situation ended up there. Will does not want to be associated with that house. Will does not want to be associated with the house, nor does Tina. Tina gave me the right for me to come on here and speak on her behalf, because she doesn't want to be associated with any of them over there. Just so happened that she showed up there. I know my husband is needy because he's sicky, and he was the one that I dreaded the most about getting sick because he's my biggest baby. But yeah, the flu is bad. But that is what happened. Just wanted to give you the scoop. I was trying.
Now, during this live, this particular girl tells this child, which I could tell, you know, this child's probably somewhere between the ages of 5, 6, maybe 7 at the most years of age, if that old. She tells this child, "Did you charge your iPad?" Who lets a child that age go and play with electric? For one, right? I sure the hell wouldn't. I I mean, when I charge something in my home, I make sure that, I unplug it, put my charger back away, my phone back in my purse or my iPad back, in its case and in my room. If my children's iPad or whatever needs charged, then they bring it to me, I charge it and I return it to them. And they're old enough probably to charge their own, right? But I don't like, kids playing with chargers and electric and so forth. They might drop it in water. They might go try to plug up in the damn bathroom somewhere or something. We don't know. So to keep our kids safe, we just go ahead and do what needs to be done, right? Now, she's letting this child charge an iPad. And then, the child was running a soldier through her head, right? You're going to go on YouTube and, you're going to go on YouTube and instead of, having your children, putting them, down in front of a TV or getting them some snacks and saying, hey, you need to be good. I'm going on YouTube. And until I'm done, I want you to, mind yourself and watch the TV or, play on your phone or the game machine or whatever. Just give me a little bit of time to get this done. No. The child is in what looks to be a damn bathroom right there. And as I said, running soldiers through her head. She's telling it to go play with the electric, get up, do your iPad. And then at one point, the child almost must have fell and almost ripped the curtain down, grabbed a hold of the curtain and almost ripped the curtain down. Well, she's on freaking YouTube instead of watching the kids, right? And her whole house is sick, right? She just said we all have the flu. I was sick as hell too, and you guys didn't see me for a couple of weeks, right? Hell no. Because you know what? I was busy taking care of my children and my own ass with the flu. I don't have time to be on YouTube when I have a house full of people sick and needing taken care of. Now, I think that, Tina should have came out and took care of her own business instead of asking someone else that, has a lot going on in their life to come out here and do it for her, right? There you go, Tina. That's what I think. And this lady here is wanting to talk about, Leilani and her family. But in my book, she's no better of a parent because I seen where her child damn near ripped that curtain down and she didn't even get up to check on it to see if it was hurt, right? She just laughs and says, oops, who gives a shit? And that's how accidents happen, right? So, what I'm saying is, this is a whole lot of the pot calling the kettle black, and it's fucking crazy, right? It's crazy.
Trying to come in on Mari's live so that way I could
Mommy, don't remember you were kids.
yes, I do all the time. I wanted to come on and let y'all know, but that is the scoop. I'm gonna go because my husband's about to aggravate the fuck out of me. So I wanted to let y'all know that that was not Joe Swain and his girlfriend. That was Will and his girlfriend Tina. So before that gets passed around in false news, that's who it was.
And this is Will and Tina. This is Will and Tina.
Oh yeah, all the husbands are the big babies. Like He's perfectly fine in there. He needs to go back to work, y'all. Okay? He needs to go back to work. But I'll keep y'all updated. Lord, I need him to go back to work. He about to drive me up the damn wall. Y'all don't be laughing at his stuff.
And that's his truck. That's his junky truck out there in the driveway. And absolutely, Julia, they were already friends with this family. Too late to start saying you're better than them now. They wasn't just friends with them. Their asses was in there staying with them, right? They were in the house staying with them. That's what's up.
Y'all just ignore him, okay? But if I come across anything else, I will let y'all know.
Well, we appreciate that, right? So, yeah, there you go. There you go. And if either one of them, have any questions upon the video I played tonight, you know how it is. They always bring their ass over here and come on up on panel, and we could talk about it, right? There you go. There you go. I tell them exactly what I think, right? Exactly what I think. And nobody said it better than Julia tonight. They were already friends with this family. Too late to start acting better than them now. Right? Absolutely. You go, girl. Right. And Tina is Will's girlfriend, and Will is Leilani's cousin and Quinton's cousin. Absolutely. But he did not leave till way after law enforcement came out saying Leilani was the number one suspect, and they believe Quinton was deceased. He was still there. So where all that shit's coming from now, I don't know. That's I'm just saying. Because I know that truck, and PG does her research. So I definitely called the BS. It's. Hey Rosa, how you doing tonight, love? How you doing, girl? Okay. Well, we got that out of the way for sure. And we got the phone call between Grandma and Bubba Moss out of the way tonight. And we got this Facebook chatty girl coming on to speak for somebody when she don't even know what the fuck she's speaking about, really, right? Other than what she's told to say. I don't like that. There's always two sides to everything, right? I got a feeling there's, like the two faces on Tina. Always two sides to everything. And oh, and I wanted to bring up another thing. Who do you guys think's the daddy? I'm gonna pull up a couple guys here. You tell me which one you think Quinton looks most like. We're gonna do that tonight. First I'm gonna bring up Bubba Moss. I'm gonna let you see Bubba Moss and Quinton. And this is Bubba Moss. I just showed a baby picture of Quinton. There's little Quinton again. Take a good look at him, because you're about to see Bubba Moss again. There's Bubba Moss. No, they didn't do no DNA. There's little Quinton. There's Bubba Moss. There's little Quinton again. There's Bubba Moss. And I gotta say, the eyes look like Bubba's. Quentin's eyes, but wait till I show you the other guy. There's Bubba again. They did not do a DNA. Absolutely not. Bubba lied. Bubba's a liar. When did the FBI ever start doing DNA? And how the hell can they do a DNA without the mom, the dad, and the baby? That's crazy. He's such a liar. I mean, they would have to have Quinton to do a DNA, right? No, they can't do it with the dirty diaper. Not that I think they had any laying around anyway, but no, that's crazy. Okay, now I'm going to show you the other guy. This is Francisco. I think that's his name. Don't hold me to it because I don't know. Francisco. Anyway, his name's something in that vicinity. I'm in the vicinity. We'll just call him Frito if you want to. Anyway, this is the other guy. There's the baby. And there's the maybe daddy. Yeah, Frito Lay's. I think Quinton looks so much like Leilani. I mean, he really looked like his mommy. Okay. Now, does anybody need to see the daddies again? There's the baby. There's daddy number 1. There's the baby. Possibly daddy number 2. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it is Bubba Moss, and put a 2 in the chat if you think that it's possibly Frito Lay's. It's Francesco or something like that, but Frito's easier to say, right? So you guys tell me. I don't know. I don't know. I think he kind of looks like the other guy. I kind of think he does. It would make more sense, but I don't know. I've got ones. I got ones for Bubba Moss. I've got 2 for Francisco. Yeah, he does look like Leilani, doesn't he? Always LA. He does. He absolutely does. You know, and that's another reason, you know, I think it would be really hard for her to have done something to him because he did, you know, he was like a little mini me of her. His third three. Patty ponytail, that is hilarious. They might be. I don't. We didn't get the picture of it though. Yeah, Quentin does look like his mother, Rosa. He does. He really does. The number is if you think that baby Quentin looks like, there's baby Quentin. Number 1, if you think he looks like Bubba Moss. Number 2, if you think he looks like number 2, Frito, Francisco, I believe his name is. That's what the numbers are for. Anyway, UPS guy. Lee said that is hilarious. It's the milkman. Yeah. That is funny shit. That is hilarious. Well, right here is the mom to Zane, 1/23/2019, and little Bubba Moss, 1/8/2021. There she is with this guy, and as you see at the top, she was with this guy May 25th, 2020. Quinton was born 1/8. It's like 9 months later. Quinton is born 1/8/2021. Do the math. She was definitely with this guy around the time of conception, right? There you go. So, who the real dad is, we don't know. And last time I checked, FBI does not do DNA tests, and they certainly can't do it without the mom, dad, and the child. It just don't turn out right. You know, it just does not turn out right. So, you know, so I don't know. I have no idea. I was thinking that could be where little Quinton gets his curly hair from, you know, his curls. Because he does seem to have, you know, naturally curly hair, right? It really curled up. I noticed in a lot of the photos. So, but he definitely looks like Leilani. He's got her nose, you know, he was a mini me of his mommy, that's for sure. Yeah, baby daddy number 2, Rosa. You know, it's hard to say, right? It's hard to say, but I thought I would ask everybody, you know, give you an opportunity to you know, tell PG. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. I mean, number 2 would make more sense due to the date and, you know, the 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 dark skin tone of the baby, you know, because, you know, little Quinton, you know, he's got a super great suntan, and you know, he's also Hawaiian, you know, and Leilani is, you know, Hawaiian, so you know, I guess that's where the skin tone comes from as well. But I don't know. I don't know. You know, number two was making more sense to me. But he could be Bubba Moss's. I don't know. You know, at all. I mean, I seen the older brother. You know, the older brother don't have the Hawaiian Leilani's Hawaiian skin, tone going on. And the new baby didn't seem to have it as well. So it just made more sense to me that it would have been, number two. And why Bubba's saying that, the feds did a a DNA for him. I think that's just bullshit. If you ask me, I don't even think the feds have bothered with Bubba Moss other than speaking to him over a phone, to be honest. So, I have no idea. Oh, that's so sweet. Julia says, too, he looks like my grandson, and my grandson is mixed race. His hair is curly, but not tight curls. He is two just now. Oh, that is so sweet. Yeah, so that's going to bring you even closer to the case, Julia, because you got a beautiful grandson, just about the age of of Quinton, right? Exactly. So you could, being a grandmother, I'm sure you can relate to Billie Joe and all that she's going through as well, of this happening. Absolutely. And I think I've got one more phone call here. I'm not sure if I played it yet or not.
Audio clip of missing Georgia boy Quinton Simon reveals grandmother believed baby drowned in accident. A new audio clip from a recorded phone call between missing Georgia boy Quinton Simon's maternal grandmother and father revealed a suspicion the grandmother had that Quinton died in a drowning.
The grandmother, that's what I'm saying. That just goes to show that Billie Joe was inside that house, really listening, really listening to what was going on with the feds and all the law enforcement that was in and out of there, right? And that's what I'm saying. They must have found something in that bathroom, because that's what she's talking about. So there had to have been something in that bathroom, right? Absolutely. But I'll finish playing this up for you.
Home. Billie Joe Howell is the mother of Leilani Simon, who is the mom and main suspect in the ongoing investigation into her 18-month-old son's disappearance. An audio clip from a recorded phone call between Howell and her grandson's biological father, Henry Bubba Moss, revealed that Howell believed her daughter.
Now they're calling him biological father there. The biological father, Bubba Moss. I ain't so sure about that.
Daughter's boyfriend, Danny Youngkin, were involved in the child's death due to being high on drugs. During the conversation with her grandson's father, The 45-year-old grandmother shared a disturbing theory on what she believed could have caused her grandson's disappearance from his Georgia home on October 5. Quinton was last seen by Youngkin around 6 a.m., however, his mother did not report him missing until 3 hours later at 9 a.m. I feel, honestly and frankly, Bubba, I'm not going to lie to you, I feel like there was an accident, Howell told Moss during the 11-minute phone call. I feel like something happened while Quinton was in the bathtub, and he drowned, and they were both high, Howell continued, that's my theory. Quinton's father responded to Howell, attempting to reason with the proposed theory. Moss responded to Howell's comments, hell, they should have just called the police if something like that happened. Howell replied,
Now, let me remind you, Bubba Moss says, oh, they should have just called the police if something like that happened. Well, Bubba, why didn't you call the police when you were helping Leilani through a trailer window to steal a jar of money and come out the door? Why didn't? That's why she got in trouble, right? And the charges got dropped because you was with her, and the reason she went through the window is because you were too fat to get through it, so you had her go through it, and then you ran and let her take the fall, right, Bubba? But you think they should have called the police? If you were there, would you have called the police, Bubba? There you go. That's what I'm saying. None of these people, you know, they can do the right thing. They can do the right thing when, you know, when they ain't part of the wrong thing, right? They could do the right thing. But this is a guy that was too fat to get through the window and instead put Leilani through it. Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm hearing through the grapevine.
to the father's statement suggesting a reason for why the hypothesized accident could have taken place, as well as why the mother and boyfriend might allegedly hide the truth behind the disappearance. If you're high as hell, man, you do stupid s, the grandmother told Quinton's father.
There's the bathroom. This is the I got pictures of the whole house. And the other bathroom that's in the home, the other bathroom has a shower. It's like a walk-in, walk-around shower, off from the master bedroom. This is the downstairs. This is the bathroom where they have a tub. The bathtub is downstairs. So this is obviously the bathroom where law enforcement, obviously found evidence to lead them to believe that Quinton is no longer with us, is what I'm saying. This is really a picture of the inside of their home. I just want everybody to know that. And there's also a shower. There's a shower in this bathroom as well. Around the corner, there's a shower in there as well, and a toilet and sink and so forth. There's another picture.
Howell also shared details about what police believe could have happened. The police are the ones saying that she went into a traumatic state and blacked out, Howell told the boy's father. The grandmother added, it's not her saying she don't remember. That's what police told her. And that's what they told me. Despite last being reported in the custody of his mother.
So law enforcement's telling Leilani that she blacked out. Law enforcement's telling Leilani that she did it. She just don't remember it. This is all law enforcement. Law enforcement told her, from what the mother's saying, that Leilani, you must have blacked out and in a state of panic or something and can't remember what you did. but we have evidence that something was done. I didn't hear him telling Danny that, right? They're telling Leilani that. Now, I seen Leilani outside with her mom. I seen the way that, she was talking. I seen the way she was crying. I'd say, we need to check her school records because I think Leilani might have some, like maybe possibly special needs going on. And because she didn't seem, to me, she didn't seem, on a 22-year-old brain level, is what I'm saying. She did not seem to be, up to par at it with everyone else at 22 years of age. That's what I'm saying. She does not conduct herself at that age level. I mean, we all know when we were 22, we were pretty quick, pretty witty, pretty, well educated, definitely knew how to conduct ourselves and so forth and so on, right? In the world. Leilani just seemed a little delayed, if you ask me. I really haven't got to overly see her, but leading the investigation is unethical. Absolutely, Deputy Sheriff. Absolutely. It is very unethical. Absolutely. I so agree with that. And yeah. Exactly. And and law enforcement must have picked up on some kind of clinch in Leilani to think that they could lead her into a conviction by telling her that she done something indeed she has no memory of, right? That's bullshit. And then that can give her what they call false memory syndrome, right? Meaning that they can actually make her start to feel that maybe she don't remember, that maybe she did do something. I mean, once the seed's planted in somebody's head, now it would fuck up the lie detectors test as well, right? That's what I'm talking about. You can't trust law enforcement anymore, right? We can't even trust our law enforcement to properly do things by the book the way it needs to be done, right? All they want is a big pat on the back of convicting anyone or someone so they can drop the case and be done with it, right? Well, they didn't find Quinton in. They told her that she number one suspect, that they told her that she put her kid in the garbage and can't remember, and it's in a landfill now. Well, they searched that whole damn landfill, and her child ain't there. So I don't think that Leilani's having did anything that she don't remember, or they would have found. Indeed, they would have found the child, right? They would have found it. If what they were telling her was correct, they would have found Quinton where they said she supposedly put him. So they didn't. So now you know what they need to do is go back to the damn drawing board, right? They need to go back to the damn drawing board and start looking at Danny and figuring out where Danny might have put Quinton, and then go look there, and they probably will find Quinton, if you ask me. That's my opinion. That's what they need to do. And if that runs into a dead end, then they should go look at the babysitter that comes in the house and takes Quinton all the time. And who's to say she didn't take Quinton and something happened on her watch? And she's covering it up. She's out there feeding everybody cocoa and sandwiches, right? That tells me she's really wanting to keep their attention across the road instead of on her. And ain't that what people do? Ain't that what people do that's guilty as hell? Hope to keep the focus on everybody but theirself. And she's doing a hell of a good job of it. She's really implicated herself in this like Jody Sue. And when you do that, I figure you got a dog in the race. So she may have a dog in the race. I don't know. You know? But I'm not going to turn a blind eye to it. I'm going to keep it high on the agenda, right? High up there on that list. I mean, law enforcement wanted to put Leilani first. I checked Leilani off. I really don't think this girl did it, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think the boyfriend did. That's my opinion. Now I could be wrong. Absolutely, I could be wrong. I wasn't wrong about the bathtub though, right? I do my homework. Everything just points to the boyfriend from what I've heard from the babysitter, from the mother, from the grandmother, you know, and we got to remember grandma was pretty pissed off at the beginning, not thinking straight. And everybody knows that, you know, when you piss your mom off, like anytime you piss a mom off, she's like straight freaking goes for the throat, right? She goes right for the throat. I mean, a lot of moms do that when it comes to their kids, you know, because they feel they can, you know, they can be so mad at their child, right? Unconditional love. And I think Leilani, you know, I think Leilani has gotten beat down a lot by Billie Joe, you know, because Billie Joe has such high expectations for Leilani, even though she didn't reach all them high expectations that her mother had for her. She ain't no better than her mom, probably. You know, I'm sure Billie Joe's mom didn't like what the hell she was doing either. But what I'm saying is, I bet you 10 to 1 that Billie Joe's high expectations, you know, for Leilani, she doesn't think about when, you know, how bad she failed her parents. And you know, so she goes at Leilani one, you know, she don't, how do you put it? Billie Joe was a mess up. But even though she was a mess up, she doesn't expect Leilani to be a mess up. She feels that Leilani should be way better than her, right? And Leilani is disappointing her by being the same sack of garbage at that age, right? So Billie Joe, you know, instead of remembering, you know, how bad it was for her at that age, and, you know, and trying to straighten Leilani out with some wisdom, she just instead attacks the child, right? Like a lot of parents do. A lot of parents don't know how to sit down and talk to their kids like real human beings. They want to, you know, they still want all of that control, right? Even though their child's an adult. And all that control's out the window. That control's all out the fucking window. Your kid's an adult. It can really do what it wants. Now, you can suggest things to it. You can, you know, suggest things to it, but you cannot tell it nothing. But a lot of parents still want to get, you know, the thunder in their voice and that authority bullshit going on. And all you do at that point is you make your kid worse, not better. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think that Billie Joe knew how to, you know, handle Leilani in that aspect. I don't think that she knew how to sit down and actually treat Leilani equal to oneself, adult to adult, you know? I know she's your daughter, but when they become an adult, they're their own person now. You have no authority at all. So your child's just like anyone else on the street that you're talking to. And you wouldn't, if you ain't gonna, I mean, if you ain't gonna scream and holler at the neighbor's kid like that, if it was asking or needing advice, don't do it to your own. Why you treat somebody else's kid better than you treat your own child? It's bullshit. And I think that's where, where grandma was messing up. And I think that, she was used to beating Leilani down, because Leilani kept messing up and not doing what she wanted her to do. And it was just making their situation worse instead of better. You know? I know that you're the parent, but sometimes when your child's an adult, you've got to be their friend. You have to, you got to tell them they can and not they can't. You got to tell them why ain't you instead of, well, you're not doing it. Right? Give them, you got to talk to them where you open up the conversation so it leaves room for them to talk to you, to be able to open up to you, to be able, as parents, it's important to listen more than talk with our children sometimes. I mean, it's great to talk when you're having fun or a ball game, everybody's screaming and, or you're at a parade, at the fair, flying around on all the rides, yeah, it's great. Everybody can talk. Nobody even cares. But in situations like this, you need to sit your ass down, figure out the proper exact words to say to get your child to trust you, open up, and let you know the truth, right? Quit condemning your damn child. Quit condemning it and start supporting it. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, but I think it was the boyfriend. I honestly, I'm looking way more at him than I'm looking at Leilani because the back door was open from 2 to 6. That's not something females do. He was the main caretaker of these kids by the babysitters, by the babysitters' accusations that she has come out and made. He was the main caretaker. Leilani was a lazy ass. Now we can dislike her for that. Sure. We can dislike her for that. We can dislike her for, just like Candace and Donald putting alcohol and drugs before the children, passing out, leaving everything up to your boyfriend when that 2 of those kids don't even belong to him. Why is he taking care of them? We could hate her for a lot of things, right? But we cannot hate her for being a murderer because we do not know that she is or she ain't. We don't know if her boyfriend is or he ain't. We don't know if the babysitter is or is not. There's more players than Leilani in this, and law enforcement better wake up and see it, right? Because they didn't find nothing in the landfill. And you can't tell people that they done something and don't remember it. You cannot fucking do that. And Billie Joe needs to get a lawyer on this as quick as possible. If your daughter didn't do nothing, they will railroad her daughter into a jail cell if she don't get lawyer up for her daughter. And being a mother, I think if she hasn't ever done anything for her daughter before, this is something she needs to get done, right? It's something she needs to get done. because I am sure that if Leilani was had a hand or did anything in this, at some point Leilani's going to confess. She's going to break. She's going to break because I do not believe this girl is somebody that could live with anything like that. Absolutely not. Absolutely beautiful words, PG. Deputy Sheriff, you are so sweet. I appreciate that. And they called it off today. Crimes have consequences. They called it off. I seen the news thing where they said that the search in the landfill is done. That's what the news said. That ain't what PG said. That's what the news said that I watched. That it is that it was the last bit of it that they have called off the search today. I mean, it's ran its course. It's what they said. So, are they going to go back and look more? I don't know. From what the news said, they're not. It's over. They didn't find anything. Oh no, they're like done. From what the news said, they're done. Not just for today, but done. That's, what I got out of it. So I don't know. Beautiful sunflower. How you doing, girl? God bless. Beautiful sunflower sent this. She sent this to me. I thought it was hilarious, so I'm sharing it with y'all. 1,000 stories with Leilani. That is that was a good one. Absolute good one. I loved it. 1,000 stories. Yeah, we've heard a hell of a lot, right? So far. I'm telling you, it might have reached more than that, right? That is hilarious. I loved it. Billy Joe is talking about stuff to share, and we know how Cher was with Dawn. Cher said that Billy Joe is her good friend. I'm gonna tell you what, Cher don't have no fucking friends. Cher don't have no friends. Billy Joe better understand that. Cher was Don's good friend too, right? She was Don's good friend as well, and fucked him, right? Totally and utterly fucked the dude. Told him, where's your daughter? After protecting him and everything, till people were ready to puke from her protecting him so much, and everybody was turning on her, and she was losing them clicks, likes, and views. She turned on him like a fucking snake, right? She came at him like a bat out of hell, right? She ain't his friend. Cher plays your friend. She plays your friend and records everything you fucking say to hammer your ass in the end. And she thinks she's good at it. So you know what? Billy Joe better be careful with Cher, right? I mean, with a friend like that, you don't need no fucking enemies. That's for sure. Absolutely not. And that's what I'm talking about. So, I don't know how much Mardigan's Billy Joe has, but I hope she has enough to tell Cher to go take a flying fuck. And the sooner she does, the better. That's the truth. Wow, I didn't see no signs in the window saying subscribe to oh, she might have just put some in there. If she did, it's because Blowhorn or Bullhorn. I don't know. I call her Blowhorn because everybody else did. But Bullhorn Betty was out there in the middle of the street saying, I don't know, I see some kind of little, um, some kind of little, uh, fucking video of, Bullhorn Biddy calling out Cher. It's like Blowhorn Betty versus Cher or something like that. I don't know. But anyhow, long story, short, that's probably why, Billy Joe's just trying to, because I'm sure she hates Blowhorn Betty and her fucking horn, right? And so yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I can absolutely see that. I mean, I'm sure she don't like any of the protesters, but and Leilani, well, they try to say, I don't know if that was Leilani or her cousin went flying out from behind that fence to go out there and fight. It looked like Leilani to me, but I thought Leilani was a little smaller than the girl heading down through there to attack to attack the one girl running her mouth, right? And then I mean, like, the girl shut up when Leilani's coming down through there, and then the mom grabs her and probably reminds her, you know you got a freaking case in another state, fuck up and you're gone. Um, you know, hauling her back behind the fence, and that chick's out there like, and when one person holds you, it take more than one person to you. If you wanted to really come, well, girl, she's halfway down the driveway. You could have met her halfway, right? I mean, if I was standing out there and really wanted Leilani, she coming at me, I'd have went right on up there to get her, right? You want to meet me halfway, bitch? Let's go with it. If you really want someone, your ass ain't going to stay out on the street and wait for them to get all the way out there, right? So, don't stand there and act so fucking brave when you know you wasn't, right? I don't like that shit either. I don't like that shit. I call it like I see it. I don't like people that, I don't like people to say bring it when they really don't want you to. When they really fucking don't want you to. And that chick thought she's going to have, some backup out there on the road. What she's going to do is get her ass whooped, right? She's probably going to get her ass whooped, to be honest. Leilani's a big girl. I'm pretty sure she knows how to scrap the shit. I mean, she's beating up on men. I don't think that little girl out there wants her pounding on her, right? Absolutely not. I mean, but, it's a shit show. And I'm sure it got a lot of click, likes, and views, right? And that's all that counts. I see him even not even spelling Quinton's name right. And you can't even spell the kid's name right. What are you doing this for? Click, likes, and views. It's all about the money, right? Once Molly Golightly took all of them down to Tennessee, and they seen how much they can make off of doing this kind of stuff. Now they're doing it, right? They're really going to these houses, and haunting these people for the money to get all of those donations. Help me pay the hotel. I need new computers. I'm buying, gas or plane tickets or, this and that. All these, here you go. I'm out here, barely could eat. That's a way to get, free food, carried to you. And by the supporters, and if the supporters really want to do that, great. But they're being used. The supporters are being sucked in and used up by these people that is there for no other reason than all that money coming into their cash apps and all the views and everything that, it's all about the dollar at the end of the day. And I don't like that shit. I absolutely don't. Because there's a lot of people out there right now with the way our economy is, the gas prices, people can't really afford a lot. And the YouTube world's mostly made up of, older people living on, living grandparents. That's, helping with grandkids. I mean, they done raised theirs, went broke. Now they're, barely can, they worry. They're trying to keep everything, every penny, because they're now on medicines and grandkids to buy for, and just to keep their body, soul, and mind together, right? And these are the people taking their credit card and ain't able at the end of the month meet everything that they needed to meet because they done felt sorry for somebody and paid for a hotel room, or ticket, or gas, or and you'd be surprised at how many YouTubers, a lot of suckers out there. That's right, live update, a lot of suckers. And it is sad. It's absolutely sad. It does cost to do what we're doing. It does cost money for the apps and everything, if indeed they're doing apps and everything. What I'm saying is, if you don't see people doing this, if you don't see them doing this, all of what you're seeing here,
Her boyfriend.
then they are not spending a whole lot of money, because they're not doing, tons of research where they're paying to get the information and stuff. They're not doing they're not doing the the content. They're not putting it together to bring it up here and basically, like a reporter out in the middle of a road showing you all the stuff. They're not putting it, what I'm saying is that they're just popping up and showing you a picture or two, like, not a video, but just a picture like this. And then they're talking to you about it. They didn't really put nothing together. What I'm saying is, it didn't cost them a lot to do anything. Because basically they just gave you a picture. And the money comes in when you have to put all this content. You need all the apps to put all of this content together to make it roll the way it rolls. To, illustrate, put a bunch of pictures and stuff together. That shit ain't free. If people, the ones that are really, care about these kids, you can tell, because they're putting a hell of a lot into it. And it takes a lot of time to put this stuff together as well. And then they don't come on and ask you, to donate. They don't stick a cash app up, and all of this stuff. Absolutely not. They say, like a church, if you like to give, it's appreciated. If you don't have it, don't give it. If you do not have it, don't give it. That's how we run this channel here. I am grateful for the people that help, support this channel. Absolutely. Because, if I didn't have some help, it'd be all on me. And, and my children would have to do without, which they already do, because it costs me, I don't make money, it costs me money, but I could make money. I could make money if I wanted to come in here and tell you guys a bunch of fucking lies and operate it the way some of these other people are operating their channel. Absolutely. My channel don't make shit because I come in here and tell the straight up freaking truth and 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 tell it like it is and show it like it is, and so I make it, and I don't have no cash apps, Venmos, or any of that shit, right? I mean, I believe in giving, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God's, and render unto YouTube what is theirs, right? So they made this platform for us to be able to do all of what we're doing, and I feel that they should get their share, right? It should be done righteously. But these people that have all of these other things, they're doing it for one thing, and it ain't for these children, it ain't for you, it's for them, themselves, and everything they can break in at the end of the day. And and that almost makes me want to, that almost makes me want to just walk the hell away from all of this sometimes, it does. It makes me want to walk away from it all because, nothing should be about the dollar. This should be about the children, right? I mean, I'm not going to go out and cause a whole community, turn a whole community upside down, having a shit show, against one family. We don't know whether they're guilty or innocent. That's for the law to decide. And, to profit off of. I refuse to do that. Absolutely. And they're so busy, screaming about, it's like all you do all day is watch this freaking house where nothing's going on hardly at all. I mean, in 2 weeks, there was one or two good incidents, right? Caught on camera. One or two good and the only reason they were caught on camera is because of the troublemakers out there leading it on to be caused, right? Not letting this family get no rest. This family's putting up with all the neighbors right now, hating on them, hoping that they probably move so they don't have to deal with it anymore. On top of the stress that this baby is gone. And people need to understand that it's not Leilani's house. That is her mother's house. That is her stepdad's house. And both of them were nowhere around that house when what happened to this child. So why are they having to pay the price for other people's mistakes, right? Why? I like somebody to answer that question for me. I mean, the stepdad was trying to make money to pay for that house. I mean, that house and everything, the bills and everything, where those children, the roof over those kids' head, the food ain't going in their mouths, the heat keeping them warm in the winter, the AC keeping them cool in the summer, all of that has to be paid for, right? And that's what these two grandparents were out there doing, is making the money to do all of this, right? That's what they were out there doing. And they're being put through hell for doing it. That they made one mistake, and that was letting the mother of these children, trusting the mother of these children to take care of her children for a couple of days while they were gone to do what needed to be done. So, I don't know. But anyway, speaking of grandma and phone calls, grandma if Quinton could, this is the call he'd be probably giving you, hon. Grandma, you gotta come get me. Your daughter is freaking out. Right? There you go, Grandma. There you go. If you don't know what went down inside your own home with your grandson, hon, I think you better look at this picture and start figuring it the hell out, right? That's what I think. Because you know what? The one that really needs you right now is Quinton. If that little boy could, he'd be on a phone, right? If he could, he'd be on it. He needs your help. Absolutely. He needs your help. And I figured the next story that's going to come out is Quinton's a time traveler, right? There you go, Leilani. Next time they come to your house, law enforcement comes to tell you what you did and you don't remember, you need to tell them that you remember Quinton's a time traveler. He just traveled back in time for a long time, right? You're not sure if he's going to be able to make it back or not, right? There you go, Leilani. It's like, wow. You know, I thought the Wells was a 3-ring circus, but this here absolutely takes the cake, right? This one here takes the cake. Unbelievable. Yeah. But I thought that was funny. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her to say it, right? I wouldn't put them past it to try to, you know. I mean, I heard Candace say, went in the house for 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes. Expect us all to believe it. Leilani says, you know, I woke up, the door's open, and my son's gone. Time traveler, you know? Nowhere outside, nobody's seen him come out. He must have just poof, you know, light at the speed of light back to the 1800s somewhere. And hey, they say like water. Look at him. He's already already out there helping scrub the laundry, right? Little guy's out there playing in a wash tub. I hope Billy Joe lies to the creators. Yeah. He probably will. I mean, no doubt. No doubt. You know? I can say one thing. For Billy Joe and them. They have not came out with any GoFundMe's or Cash Apps or any of that shit. Leilani did make a post on her Facebook stating that if anyone's feeling generous, you could donate to her Cash App. And it wasn't a nice name to donate to, but you know, I did find that funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did find it I did find it funny. I'm not gonna lie about that. You know, so but you know, if law enforcement came in to my home and they told my daughter that she did something, you know, that she did something, she just don't remember she did it, they be getting the fuck out of my house so fast it'd make your head spin. And from then on, they be talking to lawyers, not us, right? They be talking to lawyers, not us. And I personally, you know, what I'm saying is nobody owns no one's feelings unless you allow them to own your feelings. You know, it isn't about what someone calls you, it's what you answer to that counts, right? What are you willing to answer to? It ain't got nothing to do with what they called you. What are you willing to answer to? If you're willing to answer to it, well, there you go. You got a problem. Right? I don't answer to that shit. And neither should Billie Joe or her family. What they need to do is actually get educated. And what they really need to do, because they're not that educated, is get somebody educated enough to think for them. Like a lawyer, would be my guess. A damn good one. Because it sounds like Leilani is about to get railroad, right into a prison. If indeed Danny or the babysitter did it. And that's just my opinion. And that is Leilani's daughter. Or Billie Joe's daughter, not Leilani's. So Billie Joe, getting your child a lawyer isn't protecting your child. It's not called protecting your child, Billie Joe. It's called helping your child when your child needs you most. That's what it's called. Now, whether she be guilty or innocent, she still needs a lawyer, hon. She still needs a lawyer. She's still your daughter. No matter what you do, she's still your daughter, right? What I'm saying is, we should do what we should be doing today so we don't regret anything tomorrow. I mean, I'm sure Billie Joe came out running her mouth in the street, saying a bunch of things she wished she could take back now. But she can't. She absolutely can't. And Billie Joe better also realize that no matter who the fuck she talks to, they're going to be recording her ass, right? They're going to be recording her ass. I know I would. Absolutely. All creators record you. All creators record your ass. Trust me. You don't say nothing that they're not recording. Because they do not want you to go and be able to say that they said something that they did not. Right? That's what I'm talking about. They do not want you to be, saying anything. A creator will not take the risk of someone saying that they said this, when they know damn well they didn't. Because, you have friends today that you're enemies tomorrow, right? Or they was probably always your enemy. You just didn't know it. So you got to be very careful, You can't think you have friends. You got to know you have a friend to not record them. So creators are very bad for that. And Billie Joe should do some research on Cher. She better research Cher on Donald's case, right? Where she recorded every fucking thing. And anything Billie Joe says, Cher is turning it over to the law. Cher didn't turn her own ass over to the law when she was doing her evil, wicked shit, right? But she'll turn everybody else over to the law. Even if they're not guilty, she'll try to make them guilty in the eyes of the law, right? Man, that bitch is wicked. And I don't know what Billie Joe's thinking, but I hope somebody schools her ass when it comes to Cher. Exactly. If an innocent person is behind bars, a guilty person isn't. Exactly. That's amen. Amen. And if indeed that boyfriend done something and we let him walk away, he'll do it to another child, right? He'll do it and pin it on another girl. He'll do it and pin it on another girlfriend. Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. Oh yeah, yep. Later she'll share it all on YouTube, won't she, beautiful sunflower? Amen. Absolutely, she will. And I want to let everybody know that I appreciate beautiful sunflower has been helping me a whole lot in all of this. Um, I cover so many different things. And I work a job. I've got a family. I'm busy as well in other areas, and I am like I just want to let everyone know that this beautiful lady has been really helping PG out by sending me things, and she was even sick, um, not feeling too well, about a week ago. She was actually on the sofa, not feeling too good, and she was still looking things up and and sending them to PG. God bless, right? God bless. She's such a beautiful human. I want everyone to know that. Absolutely. Um, oh, you and Billy Joe plan on showing everything together. Trust me, this is far from the Wells. Billy's seen the Wells stuff too, but you are very silly. No, you're a fucking evil piece of shit. You fucked Summer's case up so bad, Cher, that you couldn't fuck it up any worse, right? You was freaking shutting him up when we probably could have solved that case early on, but thanks to your nasty fucking witchy ass, we didn't. Right? That's right, motherfucker. You want to go at me? I'll go at you. You're a piece of shit. A piece of fucking shit. Walk over here in my chat. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Satan. Get ye behind me, Satan. For I command it in the name of the Lord, right? Jesus Christ, Jer. Get the fuck out. Take your fucking Satan ass worshiping ass and go to fucking hell with it. That's what the fuck you can do. Take that nasty fucking Satan worshiping ass and get the fuck out of here. I'd rip your fucking head off, shoved up your goddamn ass. If I could, knowing what you did to Summer's case, you fucking nasty bitch. Get the fucking hell out of my chat. Take your nasty fucking ass back over there to that fucking hell pen that you fucking, your dark ass fucking hell pen that you sit over there in with your fucking false teeth. Go do that. Go soak them motherfuckers. Yeah, she wants to talk about a motherfucking idiot. A motherfucking, she ain't a fucking idiot. She's just a fucking devil worshipping bitch. This bitch can't sleep at night unless she's fucking doing evil to somebody else, right? Right, Sheer? Right? That's how your cult works. You have to go fucking try to stir up some shit somewhere, stir that big pot of fucking shit. Right? That big smelly pot of fucking shit. So you can sleep? Well, bitch, you ain't gonna get no rest from me. Absolutely not. I can't stand your fucking face. I don't even come on your channel. You will not ever see me in your chat, bitch. I don't even come over there. Period. Period. Trust and believe that. You wanted to keep Donald in your fucking pocket like a damn cookie. Like a fucking cookie so he couldn't talk. That's why the fuck, you know what, bitch? That's why I took him out of your fucking pocket. But they didn't, my bad. I put him in just as fucking nasty a pocket with Benny Keys, right? Because he's just as evil and fucking low life as you was. Right? Neither one of you care about this child. Neither one of you care about the children. What you care about your little click likes and fucking views. That's all you care about. Get the fucking hell out of here. Don't ever come in my fucking chat again. Ever. Fucking ever. I'm going to tell you right now, Satan ain't welcomed here. Bitch, you don't even bring your ass over here. This is God's dance floor over here. Bitch, not the devil's playground. You get the hell up out of here, right? I will tell that bitch. Trust me, I will. She'd take that fucking ass and go somewhere else with it. That's what the fuck she could do. I'm not lying. After what she did to Summer, after what she did to that little girl, when we could have found her way sooner, but that bitch went and coddled Dawn and kept him from, I wouldn't say that if I was you, Dawn. I wouldn't say this if I was you, Dawn. This and this and this. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Law enforcement didn't get shit out of this bitch. They didn't ask her to record Dawn and give them anything. She just wanted to do it, right? She just wanted to look important because you know what? Her smelly ass lives with some fucking lonely ass motherfucker like herself, right? She lives with some lonely ass bastard like herself. I guess both of them dropped their kids somewhere else a long time ago to get together, right? That's what they did. I mean, this fucking bitch ain't even got her own kids. She ain't even got her fucking own kids. And she wants to talk about somebody else's? Really? Bitch, you couldn't help your own children. How the fuck are you going to help somebody else's? Are you fucking shitting me? Give me a fucking break. Bring that fucking flapping ass fucking gums over here and talk to me. Get the fucking hell out of here. She done pissed me off tonight, right? I wish her voice was behind a fucking wall. And nobody want to see her ugly ass goddamn face, right? Nobody wants to be looking at that. Fucking purple hair, false teeth, skinny as fucking hell, right? Oh, everybody, I can't gain weight because I need some freaking teeth to eat with. Can you buy them for me? Remember that? Benny Keys told her he wanted his fucking teeth back because he was mad at her. Fucking send Benny Keys his fucking teeth back, Cher. He wants his teeth back. At least the fucking $20 worth that he paid on, right? The hell. Oh my God. Dumbass bitch. That's what she is. Yeah. That she's gonna bring that ass over here and talk about her and Billie Joe. Billie Joe's got any sense. She stay the fucking hell away from you. Trust and believe that. I'm just fucking warning the lady. I'm just warning her. I think she's been through enough. I think she's been through enough. I really do. I mean, this grandmother did make a mistake. She made a mistake trusting her daughter because she loved her daughter and wanted her daughter to step up and take care of these kids at some point. And yes, she made a mistake. But let me tell you right now, it's over, man. I mean, what I'm trying to say is she can't go back and change it. It was a mistake. But this lady loved those kids. She loved her daughter. And she's going through hell. And the last thing Billie Joe needs is your nasty ass and her fucking life, Cher. And you know I'm telling the truth. The last thing that woman needs is you. You are a snake, bitch. And you will end up biting her ass. Trust me. You will end up biting her fucking ass. And when you do, I'll say I fucking told you so, Billie Joe. I fucking told you so. That's exactly what I will be saying to Billie Joe. It won't be like, subscribe. It's Dolly. Hell no. It'd be, I fucking told you so. Because you know what? Over here we speak the truth. Because we ain't voices behind the wall. Satan's fucking advocate. You look like one of his fucking demons. Really. Really you do. In the flesh. And you lie like a motherfucker. So we all know who's your daddy, right? Who's your daddy? You lying piece of shit. You two-faced, underhanded, no fucking brain, piece of garbage. They don't even have your own fucking children. Does Billie Joe know that you're fucking abused animals? And you dropped your kids like a hot fucking potato? Let them go through hell till they could get their own self out of it so you could go lay around with some lonely motherfucker in Canada? Does she know that? I think not. I think not. If she's talking to you, she is a lot more fucking hard up than I can believe. And that's the truth. So I'm going to knock your fucking comment the hell off of my panel and you the fuck out of my chat. Take a flying fuck. Damn. Remind me of one of those things off the fucking Wizard of Oz. That purple-headed fucking monkey, flying monkey. That's what you remind me of. A flying fucking monkey. For real. Yeah, thank God her ass is gone, right? It's like fucking ding dong, the witch is gone. The witch is gone, the witch is gone. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Who the fuck likes that? Likes her? I mean, you gotta be like, what? You gotta be all fucking weird and shit. You gotta be fucking, crawling around in some fucking cesspool pit of shit yourself to go over there and watch her, to even look at her. I mean, she sits all up there, that dark ass shit, some fucking, I don't know, creepy ass, cult looking weirdo shit. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And whenever you see her, it's like, what color's the witch pot you dancing around tonight, bitch? Is it a full moon out? She got one of them ugly ass brooms. Those ones that's got the real thick stick and the fucking it's rounded. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, sweet Norway. God bless you. My dear friend, Cher is doing the same thing with Billie Joe that she did with Wells. Love you and the chat. Much love. Much love to you, sweetie. Much love to you. I so appreciate you supporting this channel. God bless. Absolutely she is. Absolutely she is. And she knows it. She absolutely knows it. you know? And when it come over here, like, what is she afraid of? Was she afraid that Billy Joe's going to watch PG and find out the bitch that she's over there talking to is a lying piece of shit? She's fucked up more cases than she's ever helped. Kept a little girl from getting found at the beginning because she wanted to keep the cookie in her pocket and use it as long as she could for all the click, likes, and view and fucking money she could get. Right? Right? I mean, give me a break. You think she cares about this little beautiful baby sitting in that tub right there? Do you think she cares about little Quinton? Hell no. She ain't out there seeking to find Quinton. She's out there seeking to fucking get Billy Joe in her pocket, hoping to get a bunch of click, likes, and views, right? And suck it for all it's fucking worth and not give a damn if little Quinton's ever found or not. So if Billy Joe's really looking to find her grandson, she should better stay the fuck away from Cher, right? Because I don't know one kid that's ever been found that Cher's been a fucking leader on, right? Not one. Not a damn one. Not a damn one. That motherfucking devil worshiping bitch don't want that kid found, because if the kid's found, then her money stops, right? And that's all she gives a fuck about. That's all she cares about, right? Exactly. That's what she cares about. Stay the hell away from that fucking creepo. Absolutely. Don't apologize, beautiful sunflower. Do not apologize, hon. You have nothing to apologize for. As soon as that bitch popped up in here, I was pissed as hell. I can't stand to look at her knowing what she done to poor little Summer. Absolutely can't stand to look at her. And as you've seen, I went fucking mayhem, right? I went mayhem. I told you guys when I came in here, I was talking to God, right? I told you I had to turn on my AC. God was trying to tell me, hell's hot, whatever. I knew something's going to show up tonight. I was supposed to be good about. I told y'all, man, you tell me I don't see it fucking coming. I do. I was like, I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was coming. She tried to come at PG like a bat out of hell, right? Well, that bitch got batted back into the cave, right? That's what you got, bitch. You got batted right back over there into hell. Don't you come fucking with me. I'm not Don Wells. I'm not Billy Joe, or anybody else that's going to trust some fucking weird ass fucking cult worshiping bitch like you. You over there fucking conjuring up spells and shit, probably lizard heads and fucking chicken feet and everything. Your old man's probably put on grass skirts, shaking fucking chicken feet all night. Who knows what y'all do? Damn weirdos. For real. They over there fucking dancing around like rattle, 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 Don't let them find the kid. Don't let them find the kid. Our money be gone. Our money be gone. Rattle, rattle, rattle. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. If that bitch knew where her kid was, she'd fucking go hide it herself, right? So it don't get found. And that's the truth. I'm the last person Cher wants to fuck with. Trust me. Trust me. I'm the last one. She better go fuck with somebody else. She don't know me. She don't fucking know me like that, right? I'm gonna tell you, back up, bitch. You don't know me like that. Absolutely not. You ain't ever met nothing like me. And you hope to God you wouldn't ever fucking meet me again if you make it through it, you motherfucker. Benny Key's a fucking picnic when it comes to me. She's already on her channel asking for money to get to Georgia. Hi, there you go. There you go. No, what she'll do is go curse that house. That's what she'll do. I hope Billie Joe don't believe in, somebody better let her know that bitch is a witch, right? Oh, if she comes back into the United States, she's probably going to get her ass arrested too, right? I'm pretty sure that she's got fucking charges. That's why she don't come here. So yeah, I hope people support her. Bring that nasty ass on over here. Bring it on out of Canada. She gonna go up there and get her ass whooped by Blowhorn Betty. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna go up there and get that fucking ass stomped. Blowhorn Betty will knock her the fuck out with one punch. And that I know. Trust me. She will hit Cher and Cher will hit the ground. That's the truth. Oh yeah, she didn't pay no child support. And yeah, that is, and she cruelty to animals. I'm sure she's got a felony somewhere that she can be arrested on. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would have no problem calling the police out there and telling them that they got a felon at that house to go get her. It's their fucking job, right? It's their job to get her and expedite her ass wherever she needs to go. And give me one day and I'll know where she needs to go. Absolutely. Where Dolly will run. Dolly ain't gonna run. Maybe behind Blowhorn Betty. That's where she's gonna run. Yeah, she did. She used Summer to get them teeth. Absolutely, she did. Benny wants his share back. He does. He might punch her in the face to get them back, right? That's my two what's that gum called? Chicos or whatever? You have to replace them with a couple of those Chico things. You had to get some of them square white pieces of gum. Benny got his back. You guys taking bets? I bet on Blowhorn. I'm telling you right now, I bet on Betty. my money's on Blowhorn Betty. Trust me. I ain't put shit down on Cher. I bet Cher gets her ass whooped. That's what I bet. That's the freaking truth, right? She gets stomped in the mud right where she belongs. Yeah. She have some of those things for teeth. Oh shit. Yeah, chiclets. That's funny as hell. She'd be looking like Mr. Wilson after Dennis got done with him, right? Mr. Wilson. That's funny shit. Cracked me up. She might go out there and Billy Joe whoop her ass because she knows that she, who and what she is and what she did to Summers' case. Billy Joe might whip her ass. Come on, get off that plane, bitch. I've been looking to beat somebody down, get this frustration out of me, right? That'd be some funny shit. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, Dolly would videotape it. I don't trust Dolly. Dolly would videotape it and then charge us all to come over there and see it, right? He'd make us all pay $10 a sneak shot. Yeah, he that motherfucker have sneak previews over there. Charging everyone. Hello, Lisa. How are you? And Lisa always says, hi, sissy. Yeah, she did. She did. She got teeth off of, you know what's sad? Is she got them before Candace, right? I think she got hers before Candace. I mean, this bitch got her teeth before the kid's mother did. What the fuck? Yeah, she's using baby Quinton now, just like she did Summer. Absolutely. Absolutely. And she will fuck this case up big time if Billy Joe lets her. Best thing Billy Joe could tell Cher is to keep your money and stay home. Don't come here. We are no longer talking to your ass at all. Matter of fact, fuck YouTube. We got news channels to talk to if we want to talk, and we got a lawyer to talk to if we want to talk. We don't need your assistance at all, right? If she was smart, that's exactly what she would tell her ass. Like I said, I don't know how smart she is. I don't. But I'm going to tell you now, I hope her ass gets educated before she lets that witch in her fucking house, right? Absolutely. That bitch right there, trust me, she is a cult worshipping piece of shit. I mean, she's fucking as mean as Satan, right? Absolutely. That bitch is wicked. Yeah. She's a toothless ass wicked bitch. Just imagine her taking them teeth out at night. Fuck that. Oh yeah, she had that fake ass fucking letter. You got that right. She brought that fake ass fucking letter out, trying to say that it was some people, some people fucking picking grapes in another country. Fuck that. We have people come over here, migrant workers, right? They come over here on green cards and then go back. Fucking Americans don't. Fucking Americans don't get green cards and go picking shit for other countries. That's bullshit. Damn, we're fucking America. What the hell they be talking about? I mean, I don't know how she thought she was going to get away with that dumb shit, right? She must have thought, she must have thought we all fucking lost our minds somewhere, right? Fucking hadn't got it back yet, dumb bitch. In the words of Donald, right? Dumb bitch. Yeah, I wouldn't want to imagine. That's scary shit right there. A bitch with no teeth. Oh my gosh. Like, run. Run, Forrest, run. I'm gonna tell you what, Billy Joe gonna need. She gonna need that damn liquor and some of that shit to numb her ass if she brings Cher around there. That's the truth. That family haven't seen bad luck until they let that bitch in their house. He said, Mike, we ain't always this crazy. LOL, I promise. It's getting crazy as hell in here tonight, though, right? Molly said, Benny, I got them back for you. Yeah. And there they are, Benny. You're sure of those teeth. Don't say that PG's channel didn't help you out. Right? Oh, damn. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Robin. He will. Wisconsin mom's like, oh my gosh, I'm just crying here. Yeah. Who drug that shit in the door anyway? I don't know. I am. My thing is, who left the door open? Like that. Oh shit. It's like, welcome to the Hotel California. You can check out, but they can never leave, right? Oh shit. Oh shit. I want to tell you, that bitch came in here and did nothing but remind me of what she did to poor little Summer. And you know that's the wrong thing to remind PG of, right? Don't remind me of that shit. Don't remind me of that shit. I'm gonna tell you, don't get me wrong. I love little Quinton there. Little Quinton is beautiful. He is such a beautiful little boy. Gorgeous little boy. But Summer captured our hearts as well, right? Summer absolutely, she absolutely, everybody knows. Everybody knows PG. They know Summer's number one in my book, right? Number one in my book. I mean, that baby, she deserved to be found. She deserved better than what those fucking people gave her, right? And then to sit there after she went through, 5 long years, 5 long years of fucking abuse, a mom not wanting to bond with her, a dad that, wasn't much better than the mom. A bunch of cruddy ass people, Jody Sue's and Allie's and them that, wasn't getting her no help, didn't, just turning a blind eye to everything, right? while this baby went through hell. She went through pure hell up there. Pure hell. And then them bitches come out here and use her to make the money off of, not wanting her found, but wanting to stretch it out. They were praying she wasn't found so they could keep that money rolling in. Fuck that, right? Fuck that. Fuck them. And that bitch was number one, fucking making sure that baby got not found. Number one, keeping Donald in her pocket instead of letting him talk, instead of letting him really feel the pain of his daughter being gone and letting him fucking come out and tell the truth. She kept stopping it and stopping it, right? When it was most important and had the best chance of coming out. Fuck her. Bitch better not come over here and say shit to me. Ever. Had she better say shit to me. I tell you right now. I'll sick the devil back on her ass. She don't even fucking know. She better get the hell up out of here. Stay out of my path. That's what you better do. Yeah. She's just nasty. She's just nasty. Right? Ugly. Fucking evil. God don't like that shit. Let me tell you that right now. He don't like that shit. He don't have nothing for her. Period. Except a big ass furnace waiting below, right? A big ass furnace waiting on her ass. So she can sit over there and, in her dork ass little fucking weirdo podcasts, looking all creepy and shit. And think about, all the evil that she's done, leaving her babies behind to be, from my understand, with a dad that was really fucking mean to him. Right? I mean, they really went through a lot, from my understandings, so they could get themselves out of it, so she could go be with some fucking weirdo in Canada. And they're both weird. I don't give a damn what anybody says. They're both fucking weird. And he's just as weird as she is. And, tortured a shit ton of animals, right? Probably tortured them all of her life. Just imagine how many animals was tortured by the hands of that crazy bitch, right? I mean, come on. And then she wants to sit out here. She wants to sit out here and tell other people or act like she gives a damn about their kids. Do you really think she cares about your kids when she didn't give a fuck about her own? Are you... It's just common sense, everyday fucking logic, right? Everyday logic. Her fucking agenda ain't about somebody's kid. Absolutely not. If it was, she'd still have her own kids, right? Exactly. She don't care about nothing, anything except her own ass and what she could pull in by using people up, right? She's a dirtbag. I'm serious. I mean, like Ziggy. Ziggy went over there, fucking set all up in those cobwebs and probably had to take 2 or 3 baths after she left, right? The fuck? Who in the hell wants to go sit somewhere where they have to knock the fucking cobwebs off of them? On the way in and the way out, right? That's disgusting. Mark's her old man. Mark's her old man, Tango Bar, and hell yeah. Let me tell you something about people. If there wasn't something wrong with Mark, he wouldn't fucking be with her, right? If there wasn't something wrong with him, she wouldn't be, she wouldn't be with him. I mean, if there wasn't something wrong with her, she wouldn't be with Mark, and Mark wouldn't be with her. I mean, birds of a feather like that flock together. Both of them motherfuckers. Left everything behind to be with each other, right? And she went over to Canada because, from my understanding, she is a felon and she's got shit that could possibly get her arrested here if she comes back. So, she goes to Georgia, she can look for fucking Popo to pick her ass up if she's got anything anywhere on her ass. Trust me, people will get her picked up and she will fucking not be going back to Mark. Mark's going to have to come bail her fucking ass out, right? If he can. If he can. I mean, if those motherfucking supporters paid for her teeth, maybe they'll pay for her bail, right? If they have one. I mean, she's a flight risk. She done flew to Canada once, right? She probably ain't gonna be able to bail out. At least, at least that's what I'll be telling the fucking court system wherever they take her. I'll be the first one calling in there, saying this bitch is a flight risk. You done flew out on your asses once. You really gonna let her fly out again? Seriously? Both of them, sit up there in Canada on YouTube, sucking everybody they can, and then laying in bed at night laughing at all those, their supporters. From what I hear, that's what they do. I don't know, but from what I hear, when Don was making all his jokes about with him, that was some of the jokes they were telling him back. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or it ain't. I don't know. I just know, I think it is. I really truly believe they do laugh at the supporters. Absolutely. Do I think it? Yes. I mean, Donald is a liar, but I don't think he lies about everything. And why would he lie about petty ass fucking shit, that don't matter? Why would he lie about petty shit that didn't matter? Yeah. I don't know. What's up with the creators sleeping with each other, because I sure the fuck ain't sleeping with none of them. But then again, I don't consider myself a creator. I only have one creator, and that's God Almighty, right? He sits up in heaven. I'm just a YouTuber, pushed into it for some sake. I don't claim to be anything else. Yeah, she's flying out on her broom. Exactly. And that's another thing. Why the fuck I mean, where is she asking for money? Where she need a new broom? What is that, about $5? That about $5? And people supporting her and giving her money better be careful, because to my understandings, you don't want to give witches money. You don't want to give them nothing. I mean, you don't want to give them nothing like that, because when you're supposed to deny them. If they ask you for anything, deny them, turn them away, or they can put a curse on your ass, right? I can give that bitch the time of day, let alone anything else. So people better be careful when they go around giving fucking witches money. That shit, man. Scary stuff right there. Oh yeah, she sure is a fucking gifter. She'll gift you with a ton of fucking evil upon your ass. That's the only gift you're getting from that bitch. You're gonna get from Cher is a fucking bad odor and took to the cleaners. Yeah, we see you, Cher. I'm gonna tell you, um, the grandmother isn't telling Cher a damn thing that would incriminate her daughter. Absolutely not. Um, Joe, Billy Joe is smarter than that. Billy Joe is not telling anyone. She says, I think. Well, Billy Joe can think all day long. They can't put Leilani in jail for what Billy Joe thinks. They can't put Leilani in jail for what law enforcement think. Thinking don't get you there, buddy. They better prove that shit. They better prove it. That's what gets you put in jail. Is if you confess or they prove it without a shadow of a doubt. And I just don't think they have all of that. That's what I'm talking about. Because truthfully, I do not think that Leilani did anything to her son. I think the boyfriend did it, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I think that boyfriend did it. All signs point to him. I could be wrong. I'm not, I could, absolutely. And I stay open minded. I mean, am I giving up on Leilani? No, I will research her to the fullest extent that I can research her on. But I will not forget about researching the babysitter and Danny and anyone else that was in that house at the time. And there was one other person in the house at the time. And I got my sights at there as well. I don't leave no stones unturned when it comes to something like this because we do not know who did what, right? So we got to stay open minded and research everyone and see who fits the criteria the best. And so far, it's Danny. If you ask me, it's definitely Danny. So, that's just what I'm saying. And I'm not going to go crucifying this grandmother because I think that grandmother, had good intentions. She just made a bad mistake, right? And God bless. We all make mistakes. We all fall short of the glory of God. He without sin cast the first stone. Nobody can do that. And they shouldn't be doing it, right? They shouldn't be doing it. Problem is, in our world today, people will cast that damn stone, right? They'll still cast it. No matter how black their robe is, they'll still cast that stone because they're just evil bastards. I refuse to do that. My robe ain't black. It's white and hopefully white as snow. Like I say, at the end of every day, if God's good with me, I'm good with myself. And I know God's always good with me because I always try to tell the truth to the fullest extent of my knowledge. What I'm saying is, if I put out false information, it's because I believed it was 100% truth when I was doing it. And if I find out it wasn't, I will come back and I will apologize and say, I am sorry. This is the way it was. Right? And that isn't exactly lying when you think it was the truth. When you truly believed it was the truth, that isn't lying. That's just making a damn mistake too, right? It's a mistake people make all the time. I'm not going to beat the hell out of myself over it. I'm just going to apologize, put the truth, what I did find to be is 100% truth out there. Like law enforcement. I mean, they had us all running to believe that, Lonnie's number one suspect and Quinton was definitely in that landfill. Well, that's not truth. That's not truth. They put it out here like truth, and I believed them. I believed them maybe because I wanted to. I don't know. I should have knew better. you know, I should have knew. Something told me that can't be, with more people than that in the house. How can they be pin? But I shook that off, and like everybody else, kind of just shook it off, and But the Lord the Lord works with me. He works on me. He's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? There's more people in this house. Why, what if she didn't do it? What law enforcement thinks and what is two different things. It's two different things. And once Leilani's mother, put out on Facebook that I guess this is what happened because law enforcement's saying it, I started thinking, because they're saying it, don't make it truth. Don't make it truth. Right? Especially about your daughter being number one suspect because there was other people in there. And all the signs is pointing to a guy. Door open all night. If text came from his phone, the next text, and when the babysitter called back, he answers. He's running the whole show. He showed up to work late. He lied about shaking her and her not waking up at 6:00. I think that he knew that Quinton was missing. He went on to work for an alibi. He knew he was going to get a phone call whenever Leilani got up. And that's just my personal belief. He had a friend come out and say he passed the lie detector's test when it was way too soon for that state to even tell you passed one. There's no way. I researched it. No, they wouldn't tell you that quickly. And he's already trying to put it out like they did. That's a lie. Then I heard that he didn't pass it at all. Leilani did. So I got to set my sights in a different direction, right? I don't go with the law. I go with evidence and the truth. In this case, Tennessee, I have to agree with the law in Tennessee, but I don't agree with the law in Georgia. Absolutely not. Sounds like they're trying to tell this girl that she just don't remember, and we're going to prosecute you whether you did it or not. That's what it fucking sounds like to me. I just call it like I see it. Well, I know that everybody's saying, and even I at first, it sounds like, another, Casey Anthony. It sounds like this, it sounds like that. But, we can't compare. That's where we make our biggest mistakes in life, is when you try to compare, one person with another. And, they ain't nothing upsets me more. What I'm saying is, if you're in a family and somebody don't like your brother, they end up not liking you as well, right? They don't like you either. When you try to mesh people and things together, you fuck up. Because see, I think every human out there, at one point or another, somebody didn't like their husband, so they got disliked because they're married to him. I think we all know what it's like to be judged off of someone else's character or someone disliking someone, right? And we don't like it because we're not them. And that person didn't even get to know us to not like us. They just draw their fucking opinion upon us, right? We can't use Casey Anthony and other people to draw an opinion upon Leilani. That's not fair. That's called bias. It's called bias, and I'm not biased. Leilani is Leilani. We have to look at her and her case, not everybody else's, because we'll get blindsided by their cases and misjudge her doing it. And I refuse to do that. This girl's 22 years old. She's got a big life ahead of her if she did not do this to her son. And she deserves to live that life free if she did not do this. If indeed her boyfriend done it, he's the one that should be behind bars, not her. I wouldn't take the fall for any fucking body, no matter what. You know, no matter what. If you do the crime, you pay the time, right? I mean, if the babysitter came over there, something happened on her watch, and she covered it up, that in this case that could have very well happened as well, right? Because then she knows that they would say, why did you even come in our house? We done let you know that, we already text you letting you know that you weren't to take Quinton or any of the kids, and then she'd have to deal with Billie Joe and them, which is a big bunch of bikers, right? So how do we know that she didn't do it? And she's out there with big pictures of cocoa, sandwiches and stuff, trying to keep that focus across the road instead of on her. So you know what? I trust nobody. I trust no one. Period. That's what I'm talking about. Anything could have happened in this case, and law enforcement knows it. They know it. And without finding Quinton, they really have nothing. Except if they found something inside that house, which I don't know if they did or not. A lot of times they'll act like they did. They'll bluff you. When they ain't got shit, they act like they got something. It's called bluff. Law enforcement does it all the time. Show me the facts. Show me the facts. Show me. If you're going to tell me I did something, you show me what the fuck you got. If you don't want to show me what you got, then you need to get the fuck on up out of there, right? Leave me alone. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell me, show me. I ain't got time for all that bullshit. I thought it was gonna be like they have to be like the 7 dwarfs and roll back on top the evil wish chair for a minute. That is that is funny, Molly. Yeah, Molly is hilarious. That's funny shit. Wisconsin Mama said, I gotta go. I have been eating Cheerios. They are sticking in my mouth. Got milk. Oh, that's right. She's lactose intolerant. In that case, got water. Oh shit. I tell you. All right. Oh shit. She said, Ronald Wilson, well, I thought I was okay, but things got weird. Yeah. And she got real weird up in here tonight. All right, everybody. Um, I'm going to play Summers and Quinton's song out. Let everybody give everybody some time to go hug and kiss their babies and or grandbabies and or your husband, boyfriend, whoever you got there. Tell them you love them. And I'm gonna get up here and go check on my own anyway. And as I ask every night, if you could put up those hearts, purple hearts, blue hearts for Quinton, purple hearts for Summer. I would so appreciate it to show your support for these babies and keep those prayers going up to God from our lips to God's ears in the name of Jesus Christ. I know He's going to hear us. He's listening. And we will get justice. We will get justice. These babies will be found at some point. They will be found. And we will get justice for them. Absolutely. And we are going nowhere until Summer gets justice for sure. Absolutely. And I know, Quentin's case is going so fast, I'm sure it's going to be solved soon anyway. But Summer's 16 months down the road and she should have already been found, right? She should have already been found. And I'm so sorry she hasn't. I'm so sorry, that everything got so fucked up at the beginning. I think she could have been, but she wasn't. And that makes me angry, right? That makes me angry. It puts me somewhere between anger and hurt and tears, right? It's just a fucking ball of confusion. It really is. But anger usually wins over. It wins over. When it comes to me, it wins over. I'm just so damn angry. She deserved better than this. She really did. She really did. But keep those prayers going up. God knows we love her. God knows that we want to find her, and God knows we want to bring her home, right? And put her to rest if she's no longer with us. Put her to rest, and her brothers at rest as well. It's not just Summer in the mix of all of this. She's got three brothers that that are going through hell and blaming themselves, and they don't deserve that as well, right? They don't deserve that at all. So keep those prayers going up. Keep them going up for little Quinton as well. Look how beautiful he is, right? Just beautiful. He is such an adorable little boy. I just can't think of anyone hurting him at all. I really couldn't think of that. But they did. And he needs to, found and put to rest if he's no longer with us. Put to rest as well. And justice gotten. Right? So keep those prayers going up. I know God's listening. All right, everybody. And keep them going up for one another. Keep them going up. Pray for sweet Norway. She is such a beautiful, beautiful lady. Absolutely beautiful. And Tennessee Shine, I haven't seen her in a while. I wish she'd come in, at least let us know she's doing all right. I sure miss her. And so many others always needing prayer. And always know PG's praying for you. I'm always praying. I don't pray for somebody, I pray for everybody. But Sheer, I gotta let God know that. I ain't praying for that witch. But anyway, no, I'm praying for you. God bless you all. Good night.